didn't. It was Vivi's life.
Okay, but I ended up having to yell over them because they were interrupting me. And then when I pointed out...
That is a you problem, not a me problem. I don't know why
you... No, Pepe! That's ain't your problem, Pepe!
You're saying, why were you yelling like a monkey?
Because you were yelling like there was no tomorrow.
Yes, and so...
Monkey grip
me off. In the middle of my point, they talked about Black September in Jordan when they tried to overtake the Jordanian king. And then they talked about Egypt and, the trouble they caused there. And then the reality is, though, is that these were people that, because they were fighting with Israel, they ended up going into different locations. This is always a damn Pepe. Yes, you can say that as damning of the Palestinian diaspora, fine. But it was nonetheless spawned by...
Oh, that is okay.
By fighting with Israel.
About the argument.
But they didn't want to hear that.
You can have whatever argument you want, and they can have whatever argument they want. And honestly, it's not my problem what you guys were talking about. It's just that you were yelling. That was
but they were interrupting every fucking time I spoke. And that was the biggest problem.
Like, you're an adult. I'm not someone that...
Yeah, but you're an adult that was moderating the space, and you said you weren't listening.
Well, I was actually trying not to get you kicked, but you got kicked either way because you kept yelling.
Yeah, my baby, that's fine. So I won't join his rooms anymore. That's cool.
You will feel different when you sober up.
Can you join mine? That was the highlight of that live stream.
Bring Andrew back up. Why did you...
I know, I was the highlight of your live stream. I know that.
I was also.
Yeah, because you killed the room. Like, you raped the room and everybody left.
No, the thing is, though,
is deleted.
I get it. A lot of you, okay, this is
what... Exactly. Mamdani was there. He left, I think.
Isa, the thing is, though, is that, like, as somebody who should remain somewhat neutral and objective, okay, there are people, okay, that are Zionists that bring up talking points to gloss over the not so great shit that they did, okay? Like, you're not European or of European descent, or
what does that even matter?
Sure. So there's no reason.
Zionism.
Hold on. No, I'm not. No, I'm technically a Zionist, but.
Why do you?
But hold on. Okay, here you guys go.
Okay, next 1 hour, nobody can.
Okay, hold on. Now we can all.
Yeah.
Actually, stop. I don't want to move you. Stop. We can all point to and look at the shit that we've done, as Europeans, to different people, to each other, and we don't just get to gloss over it. We've been forced under the microscope, and it's just like, no, I'm sorry, like, just, you guys have your petty tribal feud there in the Middle East, and no, we don't have to just, like, gloss over it. Like, it's fucking bullshit. You're not afforded some kind of excuse that
Bandura's back on the show. Nora, you want to do a meditation? A hypnosis for peace, for love, for heaven. You don't have to listen to Pepe talk all night, do we, Nora?
You can't be like, but I'm in the Middle East. The Middle East has been going for 3,000 years. Zionism is a good thing. It brought the Jewish people together. It's a fantastic thing.
That is fine. Okay, you're making it. Okay, no, hold on.
Yeah, but
hold on. You're making a value.
Cut people up in like 3 seconds.
Okay, because you literally are making a fucking value judgment.
No, I'm telling you, you're cutting me off when I say.
That is literally a value judgment.
Look, I'm telling you that Zionism is a good thing. It brought the people.
Okay, that's fine. It is a value judgment.
No, but you see, you can't even listen to for more than 3 seconds. I think it's just an art.
Okay, why is it a good thing? Okay, why is it a good thing? You hate Muslims more than you love Jews. We all know this because you're from South Sudan. Okay, let's listen to your bullshit.
I'm talking about Zionism for a second. I'm telling you, Zionism is a great, fantastic thing. Finally, After 3,000 years, the Jewish people have their own country. Fantastic. They can live anywhere in the entire world. But finally, if some shit kicks off because of anti-Semitism, like people like going in the West and other people, they can have a home to go home to. I love Zionism. I'm a proud Zionist, and I think it's a fantastic thing. And finally, they have taken back Jerusalem. After 3,000 years, they came back home to Jerusalem. Amazing. So don't come and be like, yeah.
Okay, they took back Jerusalem. Hold on. They took back Jerusalem. Why is that a good thing?
It's fantastic because Jerusalem is the capital.
Amazing.
What's wrong?
So there are.
What's wrong with Jerusalem being the capital?
Sure. So okay, but you're making a religious claim there.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people. Tell me, let me ask you a question, Pepe. Can you name me any other country that has Jerusalem as the capital?
Somebody brain cloud.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. Don't tell me.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. No, that's irrelevant. No, stop, Jack. Stop. I understand your hate for Muslims, like overruns
I'm not talking
everything.
about.
Okay, so when it comes to
I'm not talking about Muslims.
okay, hold on. I'm not the one who hated you, by the way, but hold on. Now, when it comes to Jerusalem, I mean, first of all, Muslims are going to claim it. Christians are definitely going to try to claim it. Now,
Christians.
Now, sure, and so yes, a lot of Christians will say it should belong to them. Now, I'm quite personally, hold on. As somebody who was raised Catholic, I do not believe that
Don't tell me that. If somebody is saying,
oh my God, I can't even get across my fucking points. I can't, no. I do not believe
Don't tell me that it's like, as a Jew, as a Catholic, raised Catholic, I know you're doing bullshit already.
Okay, all right.
I know it's nonsense.
No, okay, yep, I noted. Thank you. Now, I personally do not think that we have to be, us as Catholics have to be in Jerusalem.
Don't tell me us as Catholics. The Holy Church of the Sepulchre is in Jerusalem. What are you talking about? That's when Jesus went to heaven. So don't come here and be like, as a Catholic and as a Jew.
Okay, you know what? Okay, no, hold on a second. Hold on, no, shut the fuck up, Actually, shut your fucking mouth.
You're such, so bad.
Okay, actually, here's the problem, is that, can you show me where, in Catholic doctrine, we believe that the modern state of Israel has to be inhabited by Jews, and that they have to that we somehow yet at the same time have to be inhabiting Jerusalem. Now, I understand that you have these sick fucks that have this very American religion where they believe that the rapture is going to happen, and all the Jews literally have to be in Israel. Whereas it's like throughout Christianity, Israel was referred to as the church, not just in Catholicism, but in every fucking denomination of Christianity up until like the 18th century, where it was taken literally, where, I read the goddamn Bible, so I'm going to go ahead and take it literally. And that means that the Jews, they're going to have to inhabit the goddamn modern state of Israel. Like, it is such a retarded fucking take. And so, like, no, I don't believe any of this bullshit. But somehow, I don't know, you're going to justify it. Like, somehow, you're going to justify the notion that we have to corral all of the fucking Jews in the world, and with the Christians' greedy little hands, we're going to be like, oh boy, we're going to get a rapture. Oh boy, yeah, come on, Jews. Come on, go on, fight the whole world. Oh, baby, oh yeah, fight the whole world. We need a rapture. And then, all of a sudden, and then once Jesus returns, he's going to put most of these fucking Jews on their knees and say, submit or go to hell. But somehow you guys are the righteous ones. Like, how the fuck? This is what I think that, like, evangelical Christians are like just such trash. Like, I fucking hate you people.
Watch your mouth.
No, I fucking hate you people, literally.
Yeah, but the Orthodox aren't real Christians. They're not real people.
Anyway, I came here for the bashing. Are you gonna bash me a little bit more?
You only came here because I sent you an invite.
No, I came in here because I saw it, but
Evie was just here.
I thought that this was gonna be like more, but so
No,
far,
Pepe's too cunkish to actually bash you.
No, I
Took
crashed.
away your back.
was he actually talking about me? Like,
Yes, no, I was.
nothing.
No, I was.
That's the sucker punch.
No,
You can do better, Pepe.
no, I was
You
talking
can
about
do
you.
better,
I said
Pepe.
you were being, like,
Pepe, you can do better.
I
was saying you're
I don't know why you've already admitted. Hold on.
Did you do any impersonation?
Yes, I did. I did do impersonation.
Can you repeat it for me, please? I don't want to.
Yes.
Honestly, you're such a
Can you
pussy
move on
without
to
the
academic?
baby.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm just gonna ask him. Pepe, I'm just gonna ask Issa a question. Issa, did you used to be a Muslima?
Me?
You converted to Islam.
You
already
weren't.
said that.
No, never. I would never.
Told you.
Amazing. So,
Where are you even taking this from? Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Listen, you can say anything about me. Anything. But one
yes, I did. I said, no, I did.
To be a Muslim, yeah.
So I did. I said,
Weird.
like,
If it's that, critiques it.
Okay, hold on. Amazing.
Don't look king. No.
No, I had to have King because I'm trying to address you. So, like,
No, because then I will have to leave too. I feel unprotected.
no, I'll let
I'm
King.
here to
King
protect
gets to
you.
come up. King gets to come up right after me.
I can
Hold on.
find that little midget's ass for you.
So, Issa. So, I said, Pepe, you're not acting like an adult. Do I have to be a babysitter? Do I have to, I guess I'm totally mocking you for sure.
Can you please go on? I think it's actually good.
She's like, do I have to babysit you like you're a baby? Like a baby? However you say
sound
it.
sexy and everything. I
Yeah,
love it.
amazing.
Pepe
And
said
so-
he likes girls with small titties.
That's true. I said that. I said, Pepe, you are an adult. Don't make me babysit you, please. Like, stop yelling. Like, he was embarrassing me in front of our new friends.
Yeah, but you're like, the problem is though, is like, if your new friends
So
are
I said that.
retarded, like, you absolutely have to be you have to, like, call them out. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, they were fucking stupid.
It is actually good.
He's just saying you could do better.
Like that better?
Yeah, you could do better like him. He's the better.
Oh, okay. I'll have that in mind next time. I apologize for
He said he loves Pepe also said he loves your small titties, he said.
Oh,
I didn't say no. I said no. What I did say is that, like, we're friends.
you don't love them?
I've never seen her titties, but what I did say is
She
that
loves
Issa's
the
my
attention, Pepe, when she first wakes up.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. She announces to the entire room that she's taking a shower right now. I'm taking a shower.
I didn't hear that
Washing
part.
my
I don't
body
care.
off.
Okay.
Oh, guys, simp for it.
Yeah, I don't care about that part. But
So
I
is that all
didn't
the
hear.
bashing you did? Because I thought I was coming here for some sort of cruise.
No, I was literally no, and even Rich will have to say that I said no, she's my friend, but I was frustrated. Yeah, I did absolutely. So, I was not like saying like she's a stupid goddamn bitch. I hope that whore burns in hell. No, I said BB was a stupid faggot. Like he was not listening, and he just like all of a sudden kicked
BB
me.
is a good friend of mine.
Well, I'm not. Look, he's a male, and he knows when I call him a faggot, it means I'm just very displeased with him.
Anyway, are you done with me?
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't even ripping into you. Like, you're fine.
She's gonna go talk about Bitcoin now.
With
No,
all her,
I don't
with
feel
all her
special
bagel
anymore.
friends.
I thought that I had a little bit more protagonism discussion, but
No, he's just saying that you're becoming too woke and progressive, Ethan. That's all it's
Yeah.
about. You're associating yourself with the engineers of this.
No, it's not what I was saying. It's just that, like, okay, one thing that was being talked about, like, when I very first opened the room, is we can talk about the unmentionable whose name starts with an R. And you know,
Richard?
Roger?
sure.
Roger?
No,
Roberto.
Who?
a person that you were.
Randy.
Randy.
No, let me
Oh,
fucking.
just fucking say it. Something rabbi.
The person from the sound that you were fucking with. And
Oh, Rico.
Oh, he's jealous.
amazing.
What did you say about it? I mean, like, you guys are more obsessed with him than I ever was.
No, Rico, I barely know Rico. No, I barely know Rico.
Oh,
No, but what people were saying, it was
Did you
not.
see the fact that was in here earlier?
No, he wasn't. But let me finish my point. So he was somebody. So if we were to look at the people that was in like Issa's company, like I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they were like largely, for lack of a better term, like alt-right and really didn't like Jews.
That's not true.
Well, okay, so you had Epa Menendez.
I still hung out with them. I mean, like, I have no problem. Like, why do you guys like to do this? Like, I have no problem being friends with Randy, with Diego, with I don't know, Rico at that time. Like, but that doesn't mean that I think like them, right? And I still hang out with them whenever
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. But like,
What
there
does that
was.
even mean?
Okay, sure. So somebody had pointed out, and I said, yeah, that is kind of weird, and where I would kind of agree with them is that you have like Diego, Rico, Rabbi, you have Tim, Rammelson, you have
Tim as well.
you have all of these people who like fucking hate Jews,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like all of a sudden you're like close friends with Jews. It's like holy shit! It's like it's a little like we wouldn't really expect that.
Do you forget Epaminondas and Meyer?
Epaminondas was the person who introduced me.
They were also my friends and they were Jewish.
Sure. So Epaminondas, he was somebody who he was the far right wing Jew who introduced me to Jewish Clubhouse, and like honestly, if it wasn't for him, I would have never met Jews on this app.
Well, there you go. And then I don't know, people just gravitate around the people that they like. And yeah, people from all sorts of corners in Clubhouse gravitate around me. I am friends with lefties, I'm friends with conservatives, I'm friends with Palestinians, I'm friends with Jews, I'm friends with Bitcoiners, I'm friends with shitcoiners, I'm friends with you. I mean, I'm friends with everyone. Is it really strange that I get along with people?
No, people. I'm telling you that that's what people were talking
The only
about.
rooms I don't hang out on is the black rooms, but it's just because I don't understand anything. But if you go around and you ask for my name, everybody knows me. So what is just so difficult to, or what's so controversial? I don't know. Oh, I am also friends with flat earthers. I'm friends with preservation of the human race. Yeah, I am someone that likes to talk about pretty much everything. So
You're a people's person.
I actually am.
Nice.
Go ask around. Everybody knows me.
Have you ever met Pastor Peterbilt?
Who?
Pastor Peterbilt.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
On the TikTok that were on earlier.
So holy shit, was I muted this whole time?
Oh, thank God, you were.
Oh, amazing! Because I was like, this motherfuckers are talking over me. No, look, I don't. I'm somebody who would. Okay, so when it came to that far right Jew that introduced me to the Jewish community, some of the. Yeah, no, let's not name them. But and there were other people. So they kind of saw like how I was making rooms that had a lot of black people in them, and they were like, "Why?"
Okay, I'm feeling alone in this stage. Can you bring up more people like Vivi or Mike?
Anybody who wants to come up, hold on, shut up. Anybody who
You
wants to?
move them down.
Okay.
You want the all for yourself.
Yeah,
You move down.
Okay, can I finish saying what I was saying? Amazing. So, they would. Oh, you remember Jacques? He's another quite.
Oh yeah, Jacques. I have seen him in X. I almost doxed him and I said, well, not doxed him, but that named him and he's like,
He doxed. Remember that?
What?
Isn't he like Indian? Dox. Remember that? He's like a half Indian, half like what Jordanian Christian or some weird shit.
Boozy.
But I would say this, like the messages I would get back then like 3 or 4 years ago was, why do you let these N-words colonize your stage?
Amazing.
Who said that?
I'm not gonna put names to it, but multiple people said it.
Amazing.
And so I would, but even with Epi Menendez, when he did not really care about the fact, he wouldn't care if I was like talking to Jews, but a lot of the people that were friends with him would care, and they'd be like, "Why do you talk to these fucking K words? Like you're just gonna end up being indoctrinated as a stupid Shavoskoy, all of this, whatever usual shit."
What's the K word?
Amazing. And so,
Oh, John.
well, no. Why are you saying I Pepe?
Because you had one too many cocktails today.
Yeah, but you're not addressing anything that I'm saying. You're not even addressing anything I'm saying.
trying to follow you, but it's difficult.
So another
start hiccuping anytime. No.
Amazing. So I would get all of this criticism, and I don't remember my fucking point because I keep on getting interrupted. It's like I can't fucking stop. Or I should say continue.
Anyway, sir. If that's all.
Who's this Sun Moon person in the fucking chat? Pepe is a rat. Monkey, amazing.
You're dispersing, Pepe. You're dispersing. You were talking to me. Don't get dispersed.
Well, I was, but then there was this person saying I was a rat monkey. So, Sun, what's up? Go ahead, say what you want to say.
Oh my god.
Watch him have an Arabic accent.
Amazing.
Sun, do you have something
We
to say
have
now
all
that you're
the
on
best
stage?
people on stage.
Son, are you gonna say something or is it gonna move you down?
They're probably gonna say in Arabic that they're trying to muster up. Assalamu alaikum.
Alright. Anyway. Thank you very much for the impersonation. I honestly think it was great. I hope that you can repeat it when you're sober because I swear I really liked it. I thought it was very funny. And
you're like the best beaner that I know this, so this.
I love it actually. Not everybody can pull a good Isa. So I really like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because I am way past my bedtime. But I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
As the great Randy says, I'll see you guys later.
Amazing.
So, good. She left. Now we start talking shit.
Okay, but you're trying to talk shit about me, so what's up, faggot?
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. What do you have to say?
Nothing.
I mean, I just opened the room, says bored. So basically, like, I was told, like, to go into this room. And what's really weird is that you had like the pro-Palestinian people on this app that were just like, hey, we're gonna open up a room and or start a club on fucking TikTok and you guys should all join. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'll just fucking try it out. And I'm talking about the people who like make like they're the Muslims who make the the anti-Israel rooms every day. And so I go on there, and BB is like, he was one of the people that agreed with them. I was like, fine, fuck it, I'll go ahead and go. Issa was there, and
I was there.
What was your name there?
Fastest Peterbilt. Everyone like, comment, subscribe.
Amazing. Okay, so you weren't there when I was there?
Must have just left.
And so it was just like, okay, I'm there. One of the things I dislike is, okay, I hear a lot of the Zionist talking points. The problem is that there are a lot, like, I think of George W. Bush during the global war on terror, like when he invaded Iraq for no fucking reason. He says, they hate you because of your freedoms. He was saying like just stupid shit. And it's just like, okay, yeah, they hate us? Wow, they want to kill all of us? Amazing. Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, I should believe all of that. But it was largely bullshit. Like, there was zero reason to invade Iraq. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm somebody who's not even anti-Israel, which is the fucking ironic part. But it's just like, they have this PR strategy where they make themselves seem out to be like the perfect specimens that would never do anything wrong, like which is bullshit. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ, when have you seen a group of people, especially whether it's a global superpower or a regional superpower, not kind of do shit that's wrong? I mean,
no matter what, they're infallible. They can't be held accountable because they never do anything wrong.
Yes, and it's just like, it's not going to sit well with most people. Like, Jews are, look at Jews on this fucking app. They fight with each other. They call each other names. They don't get along with each other, unless they're maybe on the same team. And it's just like, oh my God, they're kind of just similar. They're almost just like us. Like, holy shit. But when it comes to like condemnation of Israel, it's like all of a sudden you're anti-Semitic. All kinds of like, are you trying to say there's a blood libel hiding behind that? It's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, we can, like, after October 7th, you guys had to do something. And I'm not somebody who says there was a genocide. I'm not saying any of that shit. I don't know. Like, we have to have. There's so much information that we have to know. We don't have all of the information. But like with the first world country like Israel, yes, like you should. We absolutely should hold them to the same fucking standard as other first world countries. And I do not see a problem with that.
You want to know my perspective?
Sure.
My perspective is, I look at it from outside looking in. They both got problems on both sides, But my thing is, it's not what side I'm on, it's what side is on my side. What can Israel and Palestine do for me? I'm going to invest in the right places at the right time. I can't help that they want to go to war with each other. I could probably advocate for them not to. But if they choose at the end to do whatever, I got to choose where the money's at.
That's retarded. Are you hold on a second. So are you telling me that I saw what I saw on October 7th, And I thought that was like so sick and twisted. The most disturbing parts for me were not necessarily how the people were killed, but watching when they were bringing in these mangled bodies into Gaza, and the population was just like spitting on her, desecrating her body, all of this shit. And it's just like, that is so. And the reason why that stood out to me is like, yes, to the people who would do this kind of shit, that wouldn't bother me. But when you have a populace that is going to see like a dead, mangled girl's body, and they're going to do what they did afterwards, it's like, wow, this is some like fucked up demonic shit. This should be accepted.
Humanity. Maybe the only thing that separates them was probably religion, maybe a name, probably the two of the same people. Just because they have different belief systems, they do this crazy stuff to that person. Unbelievable. That's not human.
Yeah, and so like I'm not somebody willing to whatsoever give. I'm not going to excuse what they did. I don't know. It's a lot of people are going to say that's cocked or whatever.
I mean, Pepe, do you like Jews now? I mean, do you feel like you're a racist? Do you think you're racist? Like, do you just love Jews? Do you like Jews? I mean, would you be friends with Jews? Like, do you have a beef with Jews?
Jews my whole life. Like, I don't dislike Jews.
Oh, so you love Jews?
Well, this is how I would do it. And I talked with many Russians and Ukrainians to build a peace plan. This is for Russia, Ukraine. I would call up the general or the leading power of Palestine and Israel, get them on a conference call. And I would ask, tell me out of both of you, who loves me the most? That's the side I'm choosing.
Well, as usual, there's absolutely no reason to. There's no purpose in this room. There's no objective. There's just Pepe's monologue, and it's basically memories about the past.
Amazing. I'll just say this: my closest friends. When I first moved to Arizona, there were these two brothers, Farhan and Sono. They were from Pakistan. Was a neurosurgeon. He had brain cancer. That's why he was here in Arizona. He ended up passing away.
I love Arizona.
Yeah, me too. And we're a really wonderful family. I really cherish their friendship. And then when it comes to my first roommate in college, Amir, his mother escaped with him from Iran. Very nice guy, really stand-up guy. I don't have like issues with Muslims in real life, and I would stand up for them in real life. But if we talk about things on a geopolitical level, everything kind of changes. If we talk about things on a demographic level, things also drastically change. And then I understand a lot of people are going to be butthurt. But I don't know.
To where our people were from, and
Well, it's beautiful. As I was saying, well, fucking Brazos called up.
I guess they're bored, but too bored to come up and talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the room.
Oh, I'll miss you.
Adios.
Ciao. I'm talking, I'm trying to hear somebody.
okay. So now he
company was charged, and he was never supposedly involved in the Ponzi scheme. Okay. So then he jumps to owning his own company called Thousand, and this company is said to have managed assets between estimated more than $1 billion. Although others have expressed skepticism that he took restrictive amount of fines, it's only known publicly.
And that Muhammad and his companions are being led astray, that invoke a law to bring death on the misguided group among the two, if you are truthful in your claim. And then it says, but they will never long for it because what their hands have set before them, meaning what they have done. So meaning because of their disbelief.
Like gays, I respect the gays, honestly. You have to be proud.
I know you like them and you respect them. I know that.
Yes, yes, they have bigger balls than the Arab leaders. Yeah, I saw them carrying the Palestinian flags. They don't scare. They are not cowards.
Who you saw?
What about the gays in Portland?
Are you sure it wasn't Zod? Are you sure you didn't see Zod?
If you show me his butt, I will touch it again.
It was not. Why are you gay?
It's funny because Portland, Oregon, one of the Palestinian protests there, it was one of the smallest protests in the U.S. Even though they were very liberal, I do not get it.
Who is this snake? Come up, snake. I want to see who you are. Come up. Come up, snake. You got 63 followers already. Already you have like 5 or 10.
Like very liberal and they scared.
Have you ever spoken to a snake ghost? I wonder who this guy is.
No.
Are you a sneaky snake or are you a snake? Come up, just say hello and then you can go back down. I want to know who you are.
Come up, snake. Come up.
Come up.
Yeah, no, he can't. He's Zar boyfriend. So no, he can't.
Oh, yeah. Zod.
Come up, my guy. Come up.
My guy, it's your guy. It is your guy, Zod. I didn't know you were into guys.
No,
Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
I have friends, but like.
You have gay friends?
Dallas Gino is my friend. We met in Chicago.
Zod, can I ask you something? Since you have a gay friend, did it ever happen to you, like any type of touches or whatever?
No. We met in a public place. Dallas Gino, tell them where we met. Actually, we met in a Pakistani restaurant in Divan Avenue in Chicago. Dallas Gino was studying at Loyola University at that time. Wow. A long time ago, Dallas Gino, man.
I think we should talk about how involved you are. Are you involved in that gayness business at the Pakistani restaurant? Which Pakistani restaurant?
No. Dallas Gino.
Let's call them to find out you actually went over there. Give me the name. I'll call him right now. He's scared, Joe. He's just a pussy.
You know, Pakistani holding Amir, you know Pakistani holding hands when they walk. You know that, right?
Yeah, I see them.
Same thing with the Arab, Joe. They all hold hands. Do you know that the Arab community interlock their fingers, touch the nose, right? I mean, I'm not saying you guys do it.
Me and Misha, we met in St. Cloud, Florida, too.
Right?
Only Emirati. Touch nose, only Emirati do it.
I know it's your wish. I know it's your wish. You're very thirsty. That's why you come to this app.
Yeah,
just leave it at that.
She told me to take her car to the mechanic.
You got triggered last time. You got triggered last time when I moved you down because she was speaking. Yeah.
She said take my car to the mechanic shop.
So Joe, in Saudi Arabia, I've seen them hold hands, interlock the fingers. Okay, because I lived in Saudi Arabia for about 10 years.
He's lying. He's never lived in Saudi.
Yeah, I did. And don't worry about it. I'm not obligated to tell you anything.
If you're a man, you say that you live in Saudi.
the Arab not holding hands. They lay their arm and their shoulder in their shoulder. I used to do this with my friends, like holding them in their shoulders when I was young, but not holding hands like a girlfriend. But Pakistani, they do that for real, like holding hands.
They do.
You mentioned Pakistan. You think Amir is Pakistani?
Amir, Hindu. He's from India, I think.
I'm a Hindu. I'm a Hindu. And Hindus are made from iron. Alright, so you're on the top one?
Amir Khan, he has a new movie. Amir Khan, he's my favorite actor.
Yeah, he's on silent mode. He's not speaking much about this cause, man.
Meaning, the application, the implications, like the understanding of it. It's a very like, oh, this seems this way to me, so I'm just going to go with it. And then the second, because you could have read the tafsir and what I just read to you, you said, okay, I don't agree with it's rational. Like you would have.
What was that?
I said, I'm sorry. It was on mute and I couldn't unmute. Wow. Samir.
Amir is a Hindu.
Unbelievable.
That's what he says, but who knows? Claims
Yeah,
he
I
lived
don't
in
know.
Saudi.
I don't know what he is. I never really understood.
He's an angry man. That's what he is.
And his rooms are huge.
Well, he's been going at it day after day after day.
Day after day, all day long. Love to know who's supporting him. Let's see.
Probably on SNAP benefits and disability.
we can only wish. This is insane. They tell me that the rooms, I only went in once and I couldn't stay. But they tell me that his rooms are huge.
Yeah, he gets a lot of people in there over the past couple of years, really 2 years.
Yes, years. That's what that's right. That's right.
This is called Israeli backing for ethnic cleansing.
You want some Eid money, right? You want some Eid money? Take some Eid money, right? The Emirat guy takes the Pakistani kid to the bathroom, fucking rapes the kid, Rasulullah, I want to say this word, rapes the kid, bro, and the kid dies. The father trying to get justice, right? They didn't even fucking offer him fucking compensation, bro.
Epstein, what are you talking about?
What is it?
This is his topic. Calm down.
Shut up, bro. What do you mean?
You need to bring us evidence. You're
Calm down. Only you need to bring evidence out because you lie every 2 seconds.
I know you are.
You're a Takia master. I call you Takia master. We call it Takia, you do Takia. Are you Shia? Are you Shia?
Oh, man, no. I'm
You might not. Palestine can be Shia as well. Are you Shia?
Maybe
I'm Palestinian, brother. I'm Palestinian.
Okay. Stop doing Takia, okay? Stop doing Takia. I'm gonna call you. I'm moving. His new name is Takia Master. He's the master of all the lies.
I like this name, Takia Master. I like it a lot. So, Rondo, I hate Emirates. I live with those bastards.
Me too. I lived in Emirates too when I was a kid for like 3 years and 2 months. Although I remember, like, personally, I had Emirati in my class, especially like madrasa, Quran, like place, wherever. Look, I don't like to do
What school? Government school or private school?
I went to a private international school. It was like an school in UAE. Well, the first year that I was in UAE, I was homeschooled. It's a whole different story. I'm not going to get into it too much. But listen, bro, Emiratis, okay, I'm going to say it from my own experience to fucking discuss me. I consider them to be like the Zionists, bro. I consider them to be Zionists, bro. Zionists in the Islamic world.
Zionists, yes. Experience with local. Look, Emiratis, they don't rape. To be honest, they don't rape boys. They talk them with they already know what's gonna happen to them.
Okay, I say my mother.
Because the Pakistani speak fluent local Emirati and Afghanistan.
Are you saying my mother is a liar? My mom?
No. With my due respect, no. But I made
his brother is a liar. What are you talking
being grifters. It's always the same person every day. Islam, what do you think about this? Charlie died and he got shot. Like, what do you think about this?
This isn't a house called Mediocre White Man. This is Achek.
You know what the right wing doesn't understand? Leftists literally want to kill you. And right wing people are here
and Viking, which is Brad, and then Rich, and Stinny.
Horrible.
Was Virginia the one with the victim in the email that was redacted?
Yeah,
she's the one that said Donald Trump had
never done anything.
Times said Donald Trump never touched her. She never encountered him doing any indecent acts. She never even heard of him doing any indecent acts. In fact, he wasn't prevalent at any of the events or the ongoing. So she basically cleared Donald Trump. And then what they ended up doing is they pretended that these emails were somehow new, and they took her testimony and the evidence from that 2016, redacted her name, and pretended it was new, leaving out some key parts. And then when you read the 2016 one, you're like, oh, you guys couldn't even change the language or whatever. It was just like pages, and that was it. You just basically made and dropped this down there. And
yeah, this is candidate John. I'm running for Congress. I live in Chicago. I don't know if the crime is really down, but it seems that.
Damn, brother, you just answered my prayer. I was just talking about you, Congressman,
Candidate John, Illinois 16, trying to unseat and defeat Darren LaHood.
You need a volunteer. You run it on the Democratic side or the Republican side?
Republican.
Or fuck, I can't volunteer for you guys. You're later.
Well, you're doing it right now. The work is done on the cell phones nowadays.
Facts. You're right. So how's your journey been running? How you been doing?
Good. We have.
How long you been in politics? I definitely want to be your friend.
4 years.
I decided the other day I wanted to start my political career, and I was just talking to my gang about it. And it's funny that you came in. I feel like somebody sent you in here because we were literally just talking about my new start in politics that I'm really taking very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into politics? You say you've been in 4 years. What made you step into the
my friend,
politics?
I had a friend that had been involved in politics for the past 20 years, and he was like, you have to run. So I ran, and the Chicago GOP and Republican operatives sued me, got me off the ballot, and won at court. And that experience basically was the whole process from start to finish. And now the second time, it's the exact same process, and we go to court on the 18th. And I've filed objections to the incumbent as well as the Democrat candidate. They've both filed objections to my petitions. So it's goes to court, and then we'll see where the dice, how the dice roll. It's all about the March 17th primary.
Why y'all going to court? I thought they held the election at the election.
The Illinois Board of Elections or the Chicago Election Commission, anytime somebody files to run for office, it goes to a court case, and there's objections, and there's lawyers that do this professionally for their careers, and they do a forensic accounting of your ballots or of your petitions, and then they file charges against you, and they pass motions. They try to get you kicked off, and then a judge who works for the election commission ultimately makes the decision whether you're on the ballot or not.
Let me get this straight. You say, hey, let's run for this office. You submit your name, your information, and then you go to court.
Correct, but you have to have the minimum number of petitions. Each petition is 10 signatures. They count the sheets for congressional.
What you need a petition for?
The petition is voters in the district or in the ward who sign your petition for the office for the candidacy.
So you need co-sign.
Yeah, you need co-signers, and you have to present that petition, and that petition gets challenged. People pick it apart with 50 different variables, and they say, "Hey, this is spelled wrong. This doesn't count." And then you go to the judge. You say, "Judge, does it count?" They go, "Judge, yeah, it counts."
Yeah, I did it. So if that's the case, then why is Chicago so fucked up?
I mean, it's are you talking about the crime? Because I mean, that's the only thing that, I mean, the debt is crazy, but the property taxes are crazy.
The politics. Let me tell you something. Here's what I learned about politicians and politicians. Politicians in Chicago don't seem to understand that the crime.
Hola, Isaka. Pepe is like a broken record talking about all these people from these old rooms. What a waste of fucking time Pepe is. Brain damaged, brain rotted out, little rat.
Why are you talking to him?
I'm in some room called "Did Trump Make Chicago Safer Than Farrakhan?" It's in a house called "By Any Means Necessary." With some guy talking named King.
WBZ, Chicago.
Yeah, Pepe was smashed.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You was going in and out. Yeah, I'm literally right here by the harbor. I'm by the marina right now. So.
You said something about the station.
Yeah, WBEZ. So there's a radio station in Chicago. And for y'all who've seen the lecture that I did, called The Truth About Civil Rights, The Untold Truth About Civil Rights, I did the church. I broke that down about the banks in Chicago using the WBEZ.
Clinton was dicking those girls. Like he was getting blowjobs in the Oval Office. We know he was dicking those girls. Let's go after him. Like, why aren't you rallying that crowd? Democrats don't have an answer. And Chuck's right. They want to kill us. They're dead set. They're like all comfortable with the murder thing. So I'm with them. Like, Republicans need to either stand up and take an axe and start swinging, or continue to get picked off.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I think Republicans are feckless. I think they're weak, and I think they're sad men because, like, they never do anything. You had zero arrests.
He's such a fucking bitch.
They arrested President Trump, and they tried to kill him. They killed
Does
Trump.
this guy walk around with AK-47s and RPGs or some shit? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this tough guy?
Don't ever do anything. This is the issue. It's all talk, no action. You see these Republicans influences are like, yeah, like, I got to arrest this person today. No, it's never going to happen. Nothing's going to happen under this Trump presidency. They're waiting at President Trump because these people, they don't do anything. Like, these people, they just lie. They just don't do anything. They're like, yeah, like, something big is happening tomorrow. They just rate bait people all the time on Twitter and everything else like that. Nothing is ever going to happen. The Epstein files, nothing's ever going to happen. And all these people are just lying. And I can't believe people still believe these people. No arrests are going to happen. Nobody's going to get prosecuted. Nobody's going to have jail time. I don't believe this for one moment. The Republican Party is a weak, feckless party. The only reason they're in power is because of Trump. You're correct. You're 100% correct. Nobody's going to get arrested. It'll never happen. If it happens, I'll donate $1,000 to my nearest charity for children in need.
Chick, we know you don't work, dude. You're here all day long.
These Republicans are just lie. Nothing's ever going to happen, bro. Nothing.
It's just like, it's like the whole shutdown thing. Like, how many, oh my God, the shutdown, like the poor federal workers. Let me tell you what happened with the poor federal workers. Like, I get it. They had some, it does impact them, and I'm not taking away their turmoil and their toil. But unlike the civilian world, federal workers get something that, those that get laid off in the civilian world don't get. They get back pay.
Yeah.
So they got unemployment, and now they get back all of the paychecks and the monies that they missed, minus the unemployment that they received. So they are made whole again.
Now, yes, there's inconveniences. Yes, I'm sure there was like, poor things, and then someone's gonna pull up some fucking claim about some kid that was suffering and etc. I got it. These one-offs and anecdotals are going to be the prevailing thought. But in the civilian world, if you get laid off, you ain't getting back pay. Unless that company like wants to dip into its profits and say, here you go. But the reason they laid you off was so they could have more profits. So I doubt they're going to give you back fucking pay. And you probably aren't going to get your job back or a good portion of it because they're going to hire somebody underneath you that they can get for cheaper. So that happens. Now, so the woe is me federal thing, that never struck me there. Also, they only let go, and it goes in order of non-essential government workers. So like the people that are the least necessitated for government to function. We should have been cheering this on, saying, yes, please get rid of this waste. The Democrats held this shutdown, going, hey, we're going to do this for benefits. They didn't do a single thing. They went and said, hey, we're going to do this for election wins. And that's all it is. It's performative. It's just that. They weren't caring about your health insurance. They weren't caring about a goddamn thing. They cared about winning Virginia, New Jersey, and pushing through Prop 50. That was the only three primary concerns that they had in the entire course of the special elections. And Virginia went as predicted. There was some hope for Republicans. Every single race was within the projected margins, meaning they were fucking accurate. Prop 50 being passed, it's a California thing. It wasn't a win against Republicans. Where the fuck do I care if you extend those out? It happens, and you're going to get it any goddamn way. Like what? Like you're acting something new. Just like you couldn't stop taxes, nobody's going to stop California from doing their stupid shit. Except for maybe when the fact that people after they voted were like, wait a minute, we just did something fucking weird and we don't like this. Now they're all upset. Now there's injunctions filing. So Prop 50 isn't quite clear yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, people like I get it. Republicans should do what HX said. Get a backbone, stand up, take a shovel, bash their heads in, and let's go. Like I mean, I'm not advocating for violence. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I mean, we should be like.
He's not advocating for violence, but he's not sure anymore.
Stand up and fight for us and do something. Like I don't care, and like, I don't really care what it is. I don't even care. Like I mean, you have Fetterman wanting to join the Republicans. When you have Frankenstein ready to jump ship and join you, you know you're on the right course. You just need to be the warriors. We need to bring that up. And I don't know what to say. And as far as like all the conflicts around the world, like I don't really give a damn. Let them scream. They want to go to Gaza and try to fuck with Egypt and Jordan. Like let them go ahead. I don't care. What do I care? It ain't gonna no skin off me. Like go ahead, Greta. Go get all this stuff and cry about how you were locked up. No one gives a fuck. I didn't care about Greta when she's standing out there with a sign. I sure as shit am not going to care about her now, trying to get through fucking Egypt to go into fucking Gaza.
Brad's thinking about Greta on a Thursday night. Oh, Brad, you poor bastard. Must be boring as all hell if you're talking about Greta on Thursday night.
What will become weak in these conflicts? You know, the United States won 2 world wars, one obvious reason. And then after that, you have these liberals, leftists, scumbags, these are horrible people that are, look, Chuck Schumer is a horrible person. And shutting down your government for what? For no reason. And I'm surprised the Republican actually has had a backbone. But the problem is Viking. It's like, they don't pass any laws. You have to nuke the filibuster, and you have to pass ID laws, because all of these elections are rigged in the United States. Trump says too big to rig for a reason. All these elections are rigged. New Jersey's rigged. Virginia is fucking rigged. New Mexico's rigged. California's rigged. Pennsylvania's rigged. You have more conservative people in the United States than you do liberals. The problem is they have like a bigger voice and they have the mainstream media behind them. That is the issue. If you get rid of the mainstream media behind them, these Democrats will never win another election ever again. It won't happen because nobody likes their policies. Nobody wants men in women's in girls' bathrooms and everything else like that. Did you see what the BBC put out the other day too? They said a man's milk is the same as a woman's.
Yes, I
breast
saw
milk.
that. I was like,
What a horrible thing.
someone immediately posted saying, "Can we finally defund the BBC? We're defunding everything else. Like, can we finally end this?"
It's the same thing as the ABC in Australia. They do the same thing with Trump all the time. They splice and dice and they edit everything that he does. It's a horrible. You guys, I don't think you guys know what you're dealing with. These people, and especially these young women. I'm a Gen Z guy, by the way, Viking. They want to kill us. When they say death to the patriarchy, they mean it. When these Muslims say death
The
to
Odd Chick
America,
Show.
they mean
I
it.
think people would like
See,
the Odd Chick
yeah,
Show.
but they don't really mean it. It's called soft bigotry of low expectations. That's what it's called. And it was coming by Obama. Obama did the same thing. Look at Minnesota. What did he do in Minnesota? He brought in 100,000 people from Somalia to vote in Minnesota. And now you can't even do anything about it in Minnesota.
Oh my God.
Because these people are going to always want that thing. It's called the Red Black Alliance. Always. The communists and the Islamists are going to vote again. You have a Muslim problem in America. And you don't even want to talk about it. It's happening in Texas. It's happening
Odd Chick
in
claims
New
that
York.
he was
You really think
in a
Ramadan,
church
you wanna
as a
never
child when
go
it was
back to
attacked by
4 years
Islamic
if
extremists.
Obama didn't bring in
He was
somebody
severely
who's
burned and
in that
injured and
country.
evac
And
to
you have this
Europe,
latest women,
where
they're all
he
single,
recovered in a
captive,
hospital and
disgusting,
got
fat jerks of women. These
refugee
women
status.
literally hate us.
Yes,
This is the
I read it.
problem. In South Sudan, we understand this. In Australia, we understand this.
Yeah, he lived
You
in
know,
Australia.
you might think Australian women and stuff, but in Australian women, we dismiss them. We're like, yeah, you're a jerk. We did that. Women voted 88%
Oh,
women
he's
died
back up.
because
That
men
was,
don't want
that was upset with
but men
women.
don't vote
He said a
unless
lot
you
of
get
points.
energized, like President Trump energized young men to vote in 2024. I don't think you guys get this. It's like a gender war that is going on at the moment.
Like the Republicans and conservatives were never in the same conversation. That's why we
No,
didn't even throw a can. And he's already lost. Like, to me, as a conservative, I'm going to tell you all this. That was a gift. I won. Mandami, I won. A lot of Republicans are like, oh, it's socialism. No, I won. Because first off, he's already having problems. He's already counting. Hochul ran on raising no new taxes, and particularly not creating fucking waves within the rich community, and particularly in the power brokers community. So that was Hochul's speech. She's governor. She outranks Mandami. Mandami wants to increase taxes. He can only do it in certain subsets. New York City is not. He can't just go ahead and willy-nilly. Furthermore, he's already put the proposal out that, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to fine apartment owners into oblivion, and if they don't do exactly what we tell them to do, we're just going to seize their properties, and then we'll fix it, and then we'll do it. You just gave a huge loop and own it. So now you gave a huge loop for property owners to say, you know what, I'm just going to abandon this. I'm not going to fix it. They'll take over it. I don't care. I'm out the asset. I'll take the tax write-off. I'll take the depreciation, and I'm going to fucking own it, and I'm going to fly to Florida. And furthermore, most of those people are already spending over 50% of their time in Florida. So guess what? They don't have to pay New York City taxes because their residency is technically in Florida. So say la vie for New York City. Now, that's a loophole that Mandami didn't figure out, and those that voted for him. And then when all those tenants are sitting there screaming, hey, we want this, guess what? Mandami's going to have to raise taxes in New York City, and it's not going to be on the rich. It's going to be on the middle income. And you're going to ask, why am I paying 70% of my taxes? Why am I getting fleeced here? Why am I making $28 an hour but bringing home $4? And that's because Mandami is going to have to raise taxes and try to find a way to raise capital to provide free NFTA bus passes, free subways, or whatever else free. He's got to provide free childcare from birth to 5 years of age. That's huge. And then he's got to pay for all these properties that he wants to seize. Oh, and then he's going to do a rent hike on about what 25 to 50% of apartments that he can touch. That's a lot of I mean, we won. Like hands off, because this is an epic failure. And you know what's going to be? Oh, it's because of the Republicans. There's some Republicans in New York City. It's fucking your Democrat socialist, and it's your Democrat party. I win. I don't give a shit. I'm in Houston and in Dallas Fort Worth. I just passed the brand new Merrill Lynch building, the one that they just finished. It is an epic piece of construction. It is an epic office building, and they're building a financial district down here already. The majority of them have assets down here, and they're already shifting their workforces down here. New York City is losing. It's already lost. It's done. The last person to leave, turn the lights up, because quite frankly, that's going to be New York City.
Muslims in the U.S., I can't get a clear answer on what they vote. Do they vote Republican, Democrat? I can't get a straight answer.
They vote Democrat because of the benefits. Muslims don't contribute anything in the United States. 75% of Somali men don't work. 85% of Somali women don't work in the United States. Same thing with Afghanis, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, and everything else like that. Because if you read the Quran, it says Muslims are here, which means like Muslims that own their own country and non-Islamic world. So that's why. Have you noticed? Let me ask you a question, Wagner. 85% of all refugees, the whole world, are Muslims. Why don't they go to Muslim countries as refugees? Why do you think they come to the Western countries? I'm asking you. Why don't they go to Saudi?
You mean why don't they go anywhere else? Because they get killed. Over here, they're free to.
No, they don't. They don't get killed.
Oh no! I mean, they were in the streets protesting like they did in Dearborn, Michigan, telling the people that live there.
No. They're not there to have a good life, Viking. They're there to take it over.
No, I know that, but they would meet resistance in any other country. Like any other country would have just killed them.
Yeah, because they know the scum that it is. America, you have to talk about. Stop taking in Muslim people. If Muslim countries really wanted to have majority countries, send them to Saudi, send them to the UAE, send them to Qatar. Yep.
أنا فلسطيني حبيبي.
Okay.
Why do you sound like this, J.O.?
Are you really Sudanese? Are you from Sudan?
Bima! No. I'm not from
Oh,
Sudan.
Bima, you want to do an ASMR room? Holy shit.
You just said
That was fun. That was like,
Let me ask y'all guys.
that was an awesome room. We should try to do it now. You want to come up and do Pepe? We'll call it the Pepe. We'll just call it the Ultimate Clubhouse ASMR room. The ultimate.
Could you do me a favor real quick first?
What?
Can you see if our little group has a room opened? Did they block you? How are you streaming us today? Don't even tell me. Apparently, I heard you guys were streaming it, but I couldn't find you. But can you look to see if we have a room open?
What?
I think somebody has me blocked and I can't get in.
What is it?
Because I don't see a room.
You're talking about Snatched?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh yeah. You can't get in because what's his face? Those two guys are modding it. Brock and not Ewan. Is it Ewan? I can't remember whatever that guy's name is. They sound like the gay hillbillies.
Who's in there right now? Who's wanted?
I can't see that room on this profile. It's not coming up. But welcome to the Ultimate Clubhouse ASMR experience with our super ASMR hostess and Guy Pima, who will take you to Uranus or Saturn or Jupiter, wherever you desire to go, whatever you want in your life. Let me see if I can find it.
Give me a second.
And were far astray on their own.
Welcome back to the Clubhouse ASMR experience you've always wanted, but never knew was possible because people are psychotic and have toxic personalities and just want to compulsively talk and talk and talk and talk and yell and shame and insult for no reason other than the fact that they themselves are unhappy and crazy and obnoxious. There can be no other explanation for why someone attacks somebody nonstop and wastes all your time talking about nothing, arguing about a Google search. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. Can't find it. Maybe they closed it. Or maybe they kicked me.
They kicked the both of us. I think there's too many people. It not to be open.
Maybe you'll be open to a new experience. There's so many new experiences to be enjoyed listening to these freak shows. I have access to some of the craziest people on Clubhouse. Let me give you a small sample of what I would describe as completely insane people. Maybe not completely insane, but neurotic.
The first part is I warned you, and I can't change.
That's not the whole
what I
verse.
warned you about. That is
That's not the whole
immediate,
verse.
that is the immediate context of the verse.
That's not the whole verse.
I warned you of X, and then I can't change to what I said about what I warned you about.
Read the whole verse.
Clearly
Read
saying
28.
not that I've made a specific judgment about you and I can't change that, just that when I make claims about things, I can't change them. I gave you a warning and I can't change you the one thing I warned you about. That is the immediate context of the verse. Let's read it again. Do not dispute in my presence. I've already given you a warning, and my word cannot be changed. It's like saying I couldn't change what I'm going to do because I warned you, and I can't change what I warned you about. That's very obviously the context.
So do not dispute in my presence, since I had already given you a warning. So now he is judging them. The previous verses are speaking about that, right? Because like the verse that I started from, for some reason you don't want to start from there, but it does say that it will be said to both the angels, throw into hell every stubborn disbeliever. And then it goes on. And then, who set up another God with Allah. So cast them into the severe punishment. Then the devilish associate will say, our Lord, I did not make them transgress. Rather, they were far astray on their own. So he's like disputing, he's arguing. Then God says, do not dispute in my presence.
Pause. We're not at the fucking kitchen table, and we are just chopping it up. So it sounds a little crazy the way we're talking, but I know what you're saying, Michael, and
I don't give a shit. You'll never hear me mourn, and I won't give a damn. I don't care about their children. I don't care about their pregnant wives. I don't care about their fucking wives. I don't care about their concubines.
Nobody can brag. Stauffenberger, claims manager, Texas Children's Hospital, the warrior, patriot, Viking, brag.
I don't give a damn. I really don't care about them. I'm not that nice a guy. You have me fucked up with somebody who's like, oh, doesn't understand. I understand. They're fucking pussies. They can't fight. And then they beg and cry and then say they're powerful people and that their religion is the right one. But they always sit there with their hands outstretched, begging and then crying about how, oh, we're the great Satan when we fed them, clothed them, and gave them everything. Fuck them.
Not true.
Oh, Brad. If it's Thursday night and you're debating with Odd Chick Bima, things aren't going that great in your life. That's just an opinion. I'm nothing bad against Odd Chick, but if you're a super cool dude with all the answers and you're talking to Odd Chick all night, I mean, is it for entertainment?
NASA's never been a sweepstake. It hasn't voted.
Is it boredom? Is it loneliness? This is
one of my
intellectually stimulated.
and it's like, and it's true. Even last year, President Trump was like, being like, yeah, I'm going to end the war because he knew the Muslims in Michigan could swing the vote. They vote and everything else like that. These people literally have no right to be in America. And they're going to.
What was that?
It was dope. I want to see America.
Sorry.
We get a bunch of bees for Brad.
Let me check my bubble account real
Bees, blowing, blustering from the water
Do you know?
Blame shifting, blabber, Brad. Posting. See. Boiling with bitterness, bragging. Without backbone, bread.
Oh my God.
Bullying.
Jesus Christ.
Bad behavior.
Brad is an angry man. It's not nice. You just heard him say it. I am not a nice guy. That's what he said.
Burned out. He's burned out. He's belligerent.
I'm all for that shit. Like, I don't care about Canada. I fucking hate Canadians. So, like, they can go.
Brad hates Canadians. Put it in the notes.
And then.
Put it in the show notes. Brad hates the Canadians.
Minnesota there. Like, yeah, Jacob Fry won because he was incumbent because, quite frankly, there was no one else to go. And Fada, they didn't have, like, a strong campaign outside the fucking small Somali community they had. And unfortunately for them, they only have a certain area around St. Paul. They don't own the entire district, and they couldn't beat Fry on that. He didn't have to split the Somali vote. Those little fucking sand monkeys could all fucking gather together, and he
just call the Somalians in Minneapolis sand monkeys.
Like the people of Minnesota, the people of Minneapolis, they don't like them. They don't want them there. They don't fucking care. Black, Hispanic, and white do not, Asian, they do not want to live near them. They don't want them around. They close them off. They have been doing redlining. They have been doing
redlining.
Lines.
Isn't that a clubhouse thing to say?
Whole businesses from there where it's only Somali. You go down to Little Mogadishu, we drive through there. There ain't shit there. There ain't nothing. There's a girl spinning out a fucking Humvee there or VW, but there's nothing. There is nothing there that's like fucking worth a shit. And when you drive down there, the cops don't respond. I don't give a fuck because no Minnesotan is living there. They literally say there's no Minnesota living in Little Mogadishu. We don't need to go down there and let the bastards kill themselves. They don't fucking care. And when they do catch in that area, the cops are fucking racist enough that they just fucking bury them and put them under. And there's always shootings, there's always killings, and there are always rapes in that area. And so they're basically like hoarding them together to try to get them to kill themselves off and just fucking end it because, quite frankly, nobody wants it up there. And that may be racist, it may be cruel, it may be harsh.
Whistleblower!
It's approved by the Asians, the Hispanics, the whites, and the blacks. Like, all of them approve of this. Nobody likes them. So Fry won handedly over Feta because Feta didn't have anybody but a few fucking thousand Somali votes. Like, that was it. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even going to be close. Like, Fry wasn't worried about the Somali vote. Those guys can't even fucking read, let alone go show up and poll in massive ways to swing a vote. Ilhan Omar fucked her brother and basically won an election there and is like still non-relevant in Congress. Like, has not done a single thing. So
Brad, stop the burger
can't fucking do it, and she keeps winning her district because why? It's Little Mogadishu. Like, those are the only people there. That's how she's winning. Like, that's really when I know the truth. There's nobody in there. There's no black people. There's no white. There's no Hispanic, and there's no Asian in her district. The Jewish people next door don't even like her, and they don't support her, and they'll step back, and they're stopping the funding. So nobody's pushing it. Like, that's it. That's all you have. There's nothing there. Like, nobody likes them. And the same thing with who is it? It's up there with like some of the other groups that are getting imported, like the ones in Texas that like wanted Sharia law. Nobody wanted that. They started fucking doing their protest, and what wasn't covered on the news was a whole bunch of Texans saying, "Here, I'm gonna beat your ass if you step out of line." They did, and a whole lot of Mexicans came over and helped beat that ass because they said, "Hey, no, senor, we don't fuck with that shit. We don't want that shit here. You ain't in charge." Like, first off, the United States has more connection with every Hispanic nation, including the Mexicans down below. This is our half of the world. Like, keep your Muslim ragged ass over there. Keep your Middle Eastern ass. You can have Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints and all of that fucking cast all over there. You can have it all. I don't give a fuck. Take Moses, take all the Sky Daddy issues you want to, have all the goats you want to, but keep it fucking over there on this side of the pond where we have Hispanics, and we have white people, we have Native Americans, we have blacks. And that is it. Oh, and a couple of Asians who also helped build this fucking country. There has never been a Middle Eastern build this country.
I'm so impressed. I love the United States of America. This is why you can't deal with this bullshit. I'm so impressed. You have to keep this out. And I was black pilling for that situation, but the way you broke it down, I actually feel much better because in my country we deported 1 million Muslims. They gotta go. They want to North Sudan now. They're in the civil war. It's not my problem. I don't give a fuck. But I'm so impressed. I was like black pilling because I thought America was like dropping the ball. But the way you broke it down, Blackie, it's terrific. Thank you very much. I actually feel much better when you said that.
We ain't gonna become Middle Eastern. It's a small little victory that's gonna be a fleeting flim. And New York City, all New York City did was after this mayor guaranteed us a Republican. You're gonna get another Giuliani in there, and guess what? First thing we're gonna go after is all the fucking 9/11 Valero owning motherfuckers that want to abuse black people in neighborhoods. Like, we're gonna get rid of those fuckers as fast as they can. Like, go take your asses and go somewhere else. I'm done with it. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not kind to these Middle Eastern, Muslim fucking wannabes that come over here and just want to rip off minority groups in our country. Bad enough that minorities had to overcome a bunch of shit. Now you want to add to that shit? Fuck you. I have enough problems here. I don't need to import your fucking bullshit. Get them the fuck out of here. Let them drown. Let them nuke. Drop a bomb on them. I don't fucking give a shit. I don't really care. I don't even care if they starve. Like, people are like bitching about Gaza. I'm like, good. Fucking let's do more.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Gaza, honestly. I don't give a fuck about Gaza. These people talk to me about Gaza. I can't believe there's still a building standing in Gaza. If it was me, every single building would be fucking leveled in Gaza. There would not be a single building standing in Gaza. I think the Israelis are too soft. That's why they don't respect them in the Middle East. If that happened in another country, I would blow every single building in Gaza.
My issue there is I would have unleashed 2,500 Marines that were stationed up there. As soon as I found out the one American girl was raped, tortured, and killed, and I was like, hey, you know what? Go earn that title, Devil Dog. And if we get the fuck out of the car. Make it so memorable. Make the Geneva Conventions a to-do list, and make sure that if anybody ever again decides to touch a hair on an American's head, that they remember October 7th and say, the Devil Dogs will come get you, and it will not be pretty. Everybody drag grandma in the street behind a Humvee for fucking 10 miles until her skin peels off. I don't care. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like it when Americans are fucked with. I don't like it when they're killed. I really don't. I don't like it when this side of the world, of this globe, gets started messed with.
It makes me so upset when I see Americans get killed, because I really like Americans. People are good people. So when these Middle Eastern people talk about genocide in Gaza and all this fucking bullshit, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. When I see Americans get killed, it makes some sense, because They'll be like, Allah Akbar, I'm gonna kill all of you. And then when you reply, they're like, where's the human rights? Oh, where's the fucking UN? Where's, like, get the fuck out of here. It makes it sound so. I saw a BBC documentary recently, and there was a building standing in Gaza. And I'm like, what the fuck is the building standing in Gaza? Level the fucking building. It's clearly really trap. Level the fucking building. Get rid.
It's horrible. It's just horrible, bro. God.
I hear you, man. I'm just like I said, I don't want it anymore. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I'm tired of Muslim terrorists. Like people don't even realize how many even the Biden administration was catching at the southern border. I don't want them going into Mexico. I don't want Mexicans. I don't want Hispanics having to deal with fucking the Muslim brotherhoods like fucking wanting to go ahead. Like
Yeah,
you had it right.
Hispanics are good people.
Yeah, and like they should be like, yo, hey, I'm gonna show you how far a burrito can fly, man. I'm gonna shove this down your throat and send your ass back.
We're back for more, Grace. I give you angry, racist, very lonely, extremely depressed man in the Clown House, starring Brad Stauffenberger, who does claims at Texas Children's Hospital.
Muslims who want to adapt to America, but the ones that want to come here and establish a Sharia
Now
law.
notice the homicidal ideation.
Governing controls where you're telling people where they can live, where they can't live. Those that are governing who can shop. Like we went through segregation. Fuck you, motherfuckers. You don't get to determine that. And no, I'll redline your asses out of oblivion.
Redline alert! Every time I hear redline alert, every time I hear redline in Clubhouse, I say redline alert.
But outside of that, really, where is it? Are they in the fields?
How many times can you say redline in a week on Clown House?
Energy grid. So mostly medical. I'll give you
The
that.
redline show.
Oh, and 7-Elevens. They own or Valero.
So this isn't a house called Mediocre White Man, hosted by Beaver, Ichik, and Viking.
Are they cleaning your sanitations? Are they your firemen?
We got Shinny in the house, Chloe, John, Thunder, Princess. Welcome, Devin Turpin.
Someone told me when we go to the doctor, we're not really thrilled that they're not even the best ones. The Indians are actually up doing them, so fuck it.
But Indian doctors, a lot of them don't even speak English.
I went to a nurse. She couldn't even speak English, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. And you have to get the IV drip on your veins. And I was like, you can't even get the IV drip on my veins. She like fucked up my vein. And I was like, you really think that this is really the reason why you bring people over here, even though you're a doctor or a nurse and everything? And then this nurse, and I was trying to tell her,
What does Ichik
because
do
she
for
was
a
on the
living?
universal healthcare system. And I think she was from Pakistan or whatever the fuck she was from.
Here we go, angry
And I was like,
racist.
I just need IV in my veins. And she couldn't even find my veins. And yet, which is even worse, she
You
couldn't
know,
even speak
Grace,
English.
you don't know what this guy.
Pakistani, right?
I can speak better English than her.
You know, this guy could be disabled, Grace. That's the thing. It's
really
like
think
it's so easy to hate this guy, but if we saw what this guy looked like, who knows? Maybe he's like actually disabled or
it's
something.
just a horrible thing.
Physically, you know.
If it
I don't know. I think he's a racist. That has nothing to do with health.
Well, what I'm trying to say is maybe there's a mind-body connection there, where because he is.
New Zealand.
Welcome, Nora Bandura. How's your face feeling today, Nora? Is it healing nicely? Did you ice it down today? Ice it down right now, Nora. Get a warm compress. Get some coconut butter wax on that scar.
And then you start to look at why are they able to live there peacefully, integrate with Chile?
You are listening to Brad Stauffenberger, claims manager at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, Texas, aka Clubhouse Morgan.
Covering them down in Chile. They're just sitting back going, hey man, we escaped that area.
This is live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
That should tell people something. Like, you're worried about, there's grandma that got bombed there because, there was Hamas hiding in there. But you weren't
There are
worried
3 Anons in this room right now.
Hamas was killing all the Christian ones. Like, now you want to support the fucking Muslims? Like, I'm like, make up your mind. Like, you can have your protest, you can believe it. I know there's probably people in this room that are like, hey, pro-Gaza. They have your viewpoint. For me, you'll never get me to care about it. And so it's a dead issue to me. Like, and if you really wanted to provoke
So
me,
KK Nura got a big call, friend in trouble.
Okay. At this point in time, I think if I was commanding the U.S. forces in World War II, the shit I would have done to the Germans, you have no idea. Fucking the Japanese, I wouldn't have just shown them the sunsets twice. I would have done it over and over again.
He's now our favorite racist.
Did I tell you there'd be some homicidal ideation coming up? Or did I tell you there'd be some homicidal ideation?
And people want to bitch at us for dropping the nuclear bombs. Like, fuck, we should have dropped more of them. Like,
We should have dropped more
the wreck of
bombs.
Nanking
Oh my God.
deserved Nagasaki. Like, I'm just gonna say it. And, what they did.
Oddchick's like 100. Oddchick's like 100.
Deserved Hiroshima.
These guys are gonna leave their own genocides one day. I
We
know
should
it.
have dropped another one.
I know, they're very angry.
We should have had the Emperor Hirohito stripped naked and hung on the mast of the Missouri on that way and just flown that way for a fucking year. And then what I would have done to him.
Brad!
You said the first one you mentioned, the rape of something, or
Nanking used to be the capital of China. They changed it to Beijing after that.
Yeah. They like the Japanese were not fucking like I still can't figure this out why we never held them accountable for anything. Like we just beat the shit. Like we just
It's because of the Korean War. It's because of the
It's
Korean
because
War.
we respected them, Viking!
And then you got Germany. I would have burned Germany to the ground. There would have been
Brad could have done it all by himself! He's got that much fury! He could have taken out the Germans all by himself!
I would have burned that entire country to the fucking ground.
Stalin said he wanted to.
You know what's so funny is this is like watching somebody produce dopamine in real time for themselves. And it's because there's a dopamine deficiency. They're bored. They're lonely. This is them role playing. If I was fighting against the fucking Nazis, I would have burned the fucking country to the ground. No one would have been as vicious as me. I would have fought those soldiers in a way no one would have stopped me. This is the roast of Brad, and he doesn't even know he's getting roasted live. This is Mystery Science Theater 3000 and the roast of Brad Stauffenberger. Brad's history lesson. If Professor Stauffenberger was your history teacher, dude, note to self, do not give Brad access to the nuclear football.
These guys, like, I don't have sympathy for them. I'm not a moral guy. I just want my America.
Not a moral guy.
to be protected.
Notice all communication is
alive. I want them to have
projection.
raise their children and not have fear of going to work one day that a 747 is going to go flying through their office fucking window and tumbling their world down. That's not too much to ask in this place.
Where does he live? What life does he have?
He lives in
You know
a
what? I don't disagree.
shack in the
I
forest
think you have to protect the United
with a
States
couple
because
wolf
where else are you gonna
dogs.
go? There's nowhere else to go. Every place is
There's nowhere else in the world to
even
go.
at the Marshall
Okay.
Plan, General George Marshall, they rebuilt Europe and everything else like that.
Oh, Marshall
And
Rankin.
Europeans talking shit
Always
about
married to
Americans
Marshall Plan.
and Middle East
My
and everything
parents
else
named
like
me
that.
after the Marshall Plan. Best friend is Marshall Rankin. My little brother in Congress tells me that everything's gonna be okay, but Trump is fucking it all up.
Or probably more.
We're learning from this that racists are us.
The only beef I have with the Mexicans, really, like, I have no problem with the
But
Mexicans.
here he
I don't care.
goes.
I want to
Here's
go back to the way
moving on.
we used to just open the borders and then we'd just go through. ICE is looking for people.
ISIS
used to be able
looking
to
for
cross back and
people?
forth all the time. I'm gonna tell you, like, the only thing I'm really pissed at the cartels is that they're not targeting, like giving drugs to the Middle East. Like, why can't you fucking put fentanyl in fucking Saudi
Brian
Arabia?
McDermott.
A bunch of motherfuckers hooked on that shit. Like, those
McDermott?
guys will do it. They're fucking crazy. They try to figure out how to work a Batman switch. I mean, they have like suicide vest training schools.
McDermott? Who invited you up here, McDermott?
Like, could you guys help us out there? I mean, at least do some good.
That's true, but they eat.
You're fired, McDermott. Get out of here! Get out of here!
Yemenis, the Houthis, they eat crap all day long. That's the thing that they eat. They chew it, and they get high on drugs and everything else like that. That's why I thought the them so violent, because all high crap and they rape women and everything else like that. And my point is, like, a lot of them have kids out there.
Grace, I'm gonna let Brian just. I'm gonna give him a little grace, Brian. Gotta be a little respectful on the stage. Otherwise,
from Afghanistan, and the court let him off.
I'm responding to the guy talking.
He finished too quickly.
Not you, Brian.
baby Steve Harvey. Oh.
Yeah, and he didn't even get a jail sentence. And this other girl, it's been happening so much. It's a bigger law exaltation. So you have these white leftist women, and I've seen this in my
Brad wrote in the chat.
That would be me.
Where I work and everything else like that. They'll be like, yeah, are you okay?
Murdering kids,
like
he
that.
writes?
But with white
Nah,
women,
man.
it's like,
I am ending the line.
White women are the problem.
Why have the problem in the future? Just solve it now.
In my entire life, I never thought it
The
would
problem
happen.
in the world is white women.
A guy raped a woman and he was so
He
quick.
came too fast, and then a white liberal woman that was a judge let him off because that was the reason. And he didn't know that raping women was illegal.
He should have been left off.
That's what they're dealing with.
If he didn't know, he should
I
have
mean,
let it off.
I can't fix stupid. Like, I can fix a lot of things, but I can't fix stupid. And if that woman, like, oh, I'm sorry, he was just like 30 seconds. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, fuck, I only last 10. So, I mean, like, if she's gonna like drop rape charges like that,
No. She didn't drop rape charges. The judge let him off.
Oh, yeah. We've had some dumb judges, I'm not gonna lie. Like the LA riots back in the 80s, what was that, 80s, 90s, Rodney King era. That judge, that blonde-haired goofball judge, looked at the Asian woman and said, hey, I didn't see any malice in her eyes. But what kicked off the riots that people still don't know was the fact that this Korean woman, which is why you get the rooftop Koreans, but this Korean woman shot a young black girl because she thought the young black girl stole a bottle of orange juice. Now, I'm not for stealing. I'm also not for like killing a 14-year-old girl with a 357 in the back of the fucking head. I think that's a little excessive there. I mean, I get it can be annoying, but that led to a whole bunch of problems. I don't think either side was right. But the judge letting off that woman with no convictions, no sentencing, no probation, not even so much as a slap on the wrist. He said, I didn't see any malice. She seemed like a good person. He banged her gavel and said she's innocent. I just sat there and went, you looking at you just like, that's dumb. Like, we have dumb judges. Like, we can't be
You rape, you lie. That was the policy of the store.
Yeah.
It's true.
But if you guys were like in war, clearing villages, and you come across some crying kids of the enemy, and they're looking up at you, and they're crying, and their parents are dead, and they're just looking at you, you wouldn't like take them out, would you?
I'd burn the whole place down.
Did you hear that?
Just going from
The
words
thing is,
to ridiculous.
when you're a commander in the
It's
armed
crazy.
forces, one of my brothers, we
He
adopted
just
him
admitted that
because
he would
he
kill
was
all
rich.
the
We
innocent
adopted him
children.
because he was orphaned from the war, whatever, right? And the problem is, the
these people,
Yeah.
they put bombs in like mosques, schools, hospitals, ambulances, churches.
It makes me want to just get away from people like that as far as possible. Always stay as far away as possible from people like that.
Nice phones to like film everything. It's just a mess, people.
Come on, name it. One of these people.
Like, yeah, I'm just eating, and a 13-year-old kid will come up to you and just blow themselves up.
Oh. At first I liked that shit, but the longer I hear people talking here, the less I respect that, because
So when you look at the pool of things,
prior to the invention of Clubhouse, aka conference call game, people used to do productive things, and only productive things. Now, people waste time doing conversational hypnosis and avoiding all the things they gotta do in their life.
Inheritance, business transactions, fundamentals of how to worship God, which are in there. So there are some people who have said that if there was something more important, like aliens taking over the Earth,
See, this is
or
becoming the
Martians
book
living
club
on
now.
Mars that are one day going to come and take over our Earth, and we don't know how to deal with them. Like if these were more important things that
I mean, I wish it was becoming the book club, but this guy's a pretty good debate. This guy's name is Muslim Salam,
So
Islam Salam.
the widest spectrum of principles to work with, and that's why Muslim civilization has been built on top of it. But I want to be clear, every application of the Sharia, of the Quran, is a human application of it. We don't believe there's such a thing as a theocracy. We never say.
And there are claims about philosophy. Okay? You understand so far?
This is Matthew
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need to change.
Am I Rich, or Matthew Amir Richardson. I don't know if you know this guy. You probably know him.
The claims that are more foundational.
Full service property portfolio trader, UK property investment consultant. Instagram is Matthew _ Amir _ Richardson, or Matthew Amir Rich on X.
The religion is not true. Right? Because in order to determine the veracity of a religion, you need to determine the veracity of its more foundational claims. The more foundational claims are that there are claims in history, in philosophy, and about the natural world.
No, you need Jeff's house.
Or something like that. So
It's a metaphor.
I thought it was a metaphor for all right, your wife finished up doing her nighttime routine, and she's just like, but it actually did sound that your laundry was done and you're changing it, and that makes sense when you're in the garage. So I was confused. Which one?
I want to know why if
you're more than confused, sir.
It does that. I just got the notifications on my phone. This is how I keep the score and track that everything's operating properly in the household.
Now you're operating.
I don't know. It sounds like
This is
you do half the housework.
not it.
Or more.
Not even a bit. Not the one thing I do.
This guy runs a good
They're
ship.
not American kids. They're not Johnny and Jane. They're not
Back to the Vikings.
They're not Jesus and Juanita. They're not.
Burn the whole
Joel
village
and
down, kill all the
Alicia.
children.
I don't know the Asian ones. You're going to have to give me a
You have
couple
no
of-
idea what I've done to this Germans.
They're just not. And they're not in America, and they don't fucking. They don't play by your rules. You're going to have to go fight them.
Viking warrior.
It's true.
What's up?
This is KK's bag. KK Man.
This is what people don't get that.
KCal Day O000. That's her profile name.
They don't fight by morality. The Geneva Convention is a fucking past. Nobody follows side of the war. They just deal with it after the war. Because you have they will walk out with an 8-year-old girl be like, yeah.
Because you're a Nazi, and you just think you'll deal with it after it's over and you've killed all people.
It's a horrible, horrible thing. You're 100% correct, Viking. Go ahead, KK.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Oh, who's this?
KK.
Hello.
You're the new actor.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Did you put that white wine bottle down?
Child, please. I have spaghetti tonight with bolognese sauce.
says that she's a-
Don't act me to tell. It's been a
She claims that she's a
couple of weeks.
Gold
I've been super
Star
busy.
widow,
Brad, I only caught the tail end of your conversation.
and her husband died
And
overseas.
what they did in Iraq from OIF 1 to OIF 2, the standard operating procedures for the infantry in particular, they changed the rules of engagement and they changed the actual strategy
This is an
plan when
apple.
they went there.
Mentally
The
ill
reason
people.
why they did this
That's what
was,
it
in
is.
particular,
Just a
to
bunch of
avoid
crazy
as much
people.
as possible innocent civilian casualties that could be that were in the area. During OIF 1, the
What is
women
she
and children
reading?
were used so much. The kids were actually used as bait because the terrorists would have
What's wrong, Melissa?
dug in
What, do you
IEDs
want to
into
hear
the
the
ground.
Dajing?
And they were pressure plates, but they were pressure plates to only go off at a certain weight. So what they would do is they would send kids running up.
You don't want to tell me if I'm lying right now, okay? It did not happen like this. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying, gang. Cut me off when I'm back. Cut me off when I'm back.
Hey, look at my PTR and look at Ross.
Ross and yours.
Look at my PTR. Hey, Ross, that's like $2,000 you got, right?
He got them, and the brother is saying, I will give you everything you need because I know that my brother did not commit suicide. So
And every aspect of it is not there. However, most of what's available with respect to abrogation is going to have to be based on something transmitted either by.
Let them be angry.
Well,
You know what I mean?
let's be clear. This broad's not going to make me happy.
You know where I'm going with that.
She's like 32 with triple E's. Like, this broad's not making anyone happy.
I'm gonna have to take her man.
This room's called Only Facts.
So we got
It's got a gay flag, a Jewish star. It's called Bathhouse Bucket House. And it's Ellen Gear, Sahi, Dad, Sonu, AK, and Fiona.
Oh my god. Who are you? You're youngest of 13. You have so many cousins.
Realistically hates this person, doesn't like
This is so,
Andrew has aspects that he
why
likes
does the
and
Bible
aspects that he
forbid gay
doesn't like.
marriage?
So
Open
he's gonna
stage.
tread slowly. He's not gonna and what Andrew's saying is that he's not gonna jump right into the guy who hates him holistically. He wants to know more information on what's going on. Like he's making,
Yeah, I think that if that's true, then that itself I find problematic, right? Because if Andrew's saying, no, look, if Andrew R is saying,
They all believe in that. I'm not gonna lie. Even this is what I'm saying. I mean, even the most liberal Jew still believe in keeping a government for folks like this. I mean, for instance, how can I say his name? Norman?
Freda, there's no way you look like that.
Yeah.
It's like a supermodel, Freda.
What about Bernie Sanders? What about basically the Jew state?
This is a Indian room, terrorist promoter supporter room.
So, what is that? Really, what is that? Is that?
Insight here, so I got a couple questions for you.
This is called They Framing Trump with Epstein Cover Up. What's next for America?
Where are you currently paying your workers to do that kind of work?
When you fill the bin, we give you
Oh, this piece of
$12 a
shit.
bin.
Zero.
$12 a bit. Okay. And you said the guy next to you. And you said the guy next to you is doing that for $1?
There's only two people in the
How do you
audience.
think he pays them? Because he'll pay them, and then he'll take money. He'll charge them rent.
How much pain is going to fill it?
They charge them rent to work there.
Well, a good worker would maybe do 10 a day.
So the reason why I'm asking you really is because did you report this guy to the Department of Labor?
Yeah. We let him know how this guy is acting and what he's doing.
And they haven't done anything.
They've gone in there and had to free some people. They had to literally free people.
go in there and okay, the sheriff had to stay there. The sheriff had to basically, it's like slavery. The sheriff had to stand there.
Are you saying
Let the
this
people
modern
grab
day
their
slavery?
Yes.
Oh no.
In these fields, yes.
Jerry, this is what you've been advocating for.
Putting words in my mouth. What did I miss?
Completely different. So it's sometimes it's very difficult for people that are in the Americas or Western culture to
Melissa's always upset
understand
about the supreme
that, yes,
profanity. Melissa, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna hear a lot of horrible things on this app from horrible people.
that's the sad part. But for
It's not
anyone to think
pleasant.
like the U.S.
That's why I
military
listen to audiobooks a lot.
between Baghdad,
But I'm here recording this stuff, to try
did
to
not make operational changes to
I
minimize and
don't
reduce
know.
the number of potential
help these
casualties
people
of
perfect
innocent
their
civilians it's not true.
ignorance.
It's not true at all. So
Their
that's
public
just kind of
speaking
how
faux
the
pas.
evolution of it is. Unfortunately, war is not pretty. War is fucking war.
You seem to have problems with bad things, right? Or your perception of a group that's teaching bad things. Where exactly do you park all of that sensibility and rationality and respect and respect for the sanctity of life when you take on this shell of Zionism, which seems to be antithetical to all that? It seems to be, in the modern context, something that advocates for the killing of women, children, genocide, war crimes, ethnic cleansing, at its core about ethnic superiority. So, I really get lost in conversation with you because I sometimes remember, oh yeah, but this guy's a strong scientist. Maybe I don't understand where that comes from.
I just think that Zionism means that there should be a safe haven for Jews, where Jews don't have to be in the minority, because for thousands of years they were minorities in countries and blamed for all sorts of stupid stuff like causing the Black Plague or all sorts of craziness, or
They're gonna lose. They don't want that. They want to be able to pay nothing to somebody.
But if employers are able to get visas for their
agree on this on a lot of levels.
So people in Mises 420 lounge tonight were claiming they used to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Protective of my daughter because of some things I went through. And they don't like the Jews. When my mother died,
It was so crazy. They were saying, "Oh, Jeff was so charismatic.
And I did
Jeff
not realize
could get all the ladies.
my mother had been through some
And he
things
was
that I went
legit.
through.
He had all this money."
And it's a generational shit that happens
It's
because it becomes an unspoken
just like
shit
all
that
made up.
happens in our fucking community.
It's an unspoken
And this is the
shit.
shit that I'm talking about. It's
Chick's
these
name is
unspoken
Raz
fucking
Therese,
conversations.
or Therese38. Just me
And it goes
47
on
on
and on and
Instagram.
on.
Founding member of Detroit to LA.
And when does it fucking stop? And this is why I be so fucking aggravated, because we as a culture accept all of this shit.
Retired
I
Army
can remember
soldier.
as a girl in
Mom.
New York, in Brooklyn, you got motherfuckers.
Jeez.
I can remember, clear as day, a
Special.
16-year-old girl. You got motherfuckers in their 20s pulling up to fucking Madison High School in Brooklyn. They in their 20s. All these fucking drug dealers pulling up to the fucking high school, picking up girls in fucking Benzes and shit. Why the fuck they showing up to the fucking school? But these niggas pulling up to the fucking school in all these fucking Benzes and Beamers. And this shit was fucking acceptable. And we just keep accepting this shit from one generation to the other. And it creates motherfuckers like Trump. Melania is my fucking age. Trump is 80. What in the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. What's your point?
She was on mail order fucking ride. This motherfucker was on a fucking website. I talked about this the other day.
You did?
This girl came to this country on a fucking mail order fucking website. looking for a rich older man because she didn't have shit, because she came from a country poor and broken with no fucking education.
So Rez, it's also a little bit worse than that because there's this other guy that Trump was part of this crew, and I can't think of. He had some position, I think even his last administration, this administration, Zampelli or Zampezi, whatever his name is, but that's apparently who supposedly connected him and Melania. It's sex trafficking.
Yes.
That's simply what it is.
Yes.
I didn't want to get on what Lisa was saying her just real quick, and I'm gonna get back off the mic, but what Epstein said that Trump, that he's known a lot of bad people. He said Trump is the worst person he's ever met, and he said that there's not one decent cell in his body. So that's Jeffrey Epstein's direct quote about a man he spent 10 to 15 years around, watching where he moves.
And what you call it was no better, because I know y'all think that what's her name, the first wife was great, but guess what? She was fucking young too. Do y'all know that? She was fucking young too. She was very young. The fuck? This didn't just start.
The fuck?
No, it's a story, and I think it's in Mary Trump's book or not. I'm trying to think of whatever. The book is written by him. There's a story that's been collaborated where a young kid was
not just in the Middle East per se. You look at the history of war, you can see documentation of it, of innocent women being killed by their own for the purpose of war, and then using that as propaganda to say, oh, look what they have done.
Look what you did to my wife.
That's the sad part of it. So it's not just one area of the world.
What did you do to my wife? Look what they did to my wife.
The United States actually won at one point, and my life and everything else like that. But they use it for propaganda. That's what they do.
This is propaganda.
Cameras in Gaza to film everything. Because they know because the Israelis tell them, I'm going to blow this building up at 4 p.m. this time. And they sit there with a camera, and then they send it to the BBC or CNN, all these fake news stations, and they use it for propaganda. That's what they do. And these people are hackers. They say, but you guys know the people. They've done it for the whole history of the world because they know Western liberal democracies.
Just promise me you're not a Zionist.
They're going to be like, yeah, this is wrong. But they don't understand what the soldiers coming to. I always pray for the soldiers of Vietnam. Can you imagine coming home?
Chick used to pray for the soldiers of Vietnam? What the fuck is this guy talking about?
I'm going to destroy you. I cannot imagine that. That's because they've done this a long time ago. And that's why it's so hard to win these wars, because they do that to everybody. For all of us.
Yeah.
Good one, Chick. Good Chick.
You
wow, another banger.
Shared this sentiment with Beaver before, which is, I don't believe the propaganda on both sides when it comes to Palestine, Israel. I feel like both sides, and it makes people like me, I don't have no skin in the game per se, of what to believe, right? So it's like, all right, you read an article, then you research the source of the article, then you do 2 or 3 extra links to see, okay, what is true, what is not true, and then it's like, okay, then it's frustrating to me sometimes that on both sides of that issue is people will only see one side and not even have the actual conversation. So if you oppose it in any capacity, one side or the other, you're automatically, anti-Semite, or you're automatically Islamophobe. It's like, no, this is what I'm seeing, experiencing. I don't understand it, but I think that's one big problem that we have in the United States is like we're being flooded with propaganda, and it's hard to get out of that, in particular, like your said algorithms, And then it's almost to the point, like, what do you believe in? So it's like, all right, people think they're like, wait, you listen to Candace Owens? I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to her. I don't agree on everything that she's says, but I like the fact that she asks questions. Like, okay, she's an adulthood in that capacity. And I feel like in this topic in particular, I think we all need to kind of like, ask questions and not listen to like all of the propaganda.
I'll tell you what I thought about this topic. I think there's such thing as a Palestinian. I think they're out and Jordanian. There's an out state and a real state. The Jews accepted that from 1948 until 1967, the Palestinians could not even declare the state. And so-called occupied the land, which was occupied by Jordan at the time. I'm sick of these Arabs occupying all sorts of reasons. If I was Israel, I would just take the damn Samaria, which is the West Bank, because I've been there, and just apply permanently and deal with this question. They can fuck off. Because it's like, people will lose this question. Anti-Semitism was there before the state of Israel. You had a whole Holocaust, So, like, in my opinion, we need to deal with the one for anti-Semitism is such a disease. It's a horrible thing. And Israel, I feel like, you know what? Fuck these people. They're gonna hate anyway. Take the whole thing and apply something. America took California. They took New Mexico and New Mexico. But I want them to take the whole thing. And just let the Arabs there to fuck off. Honestly.
Here's what I'll say, and it's probably controversial, but I don't really care anymore. I'm so sick of the Zionist narrative in America, and I'm not pro-Muslim either. I don't want any country. I don't want the USA entangled with any country the way it is with Israel, because we have a lot of Jews in this country that are prominent in many industries and politics, which is totally fine and more power to them. They're very smart people, very successful. But when they start to show allegiance in our policy towards a certain country over there, and show even more deference to that country, it seems like it's like, hold on a minute, we're fucking Americans first and foremost. So that's where I'm starting to just realize what the fuck is going on here. I don't want anybody to die, especially here. Yeah, I don't want any innocent people to die over there. I don't want anybody to die, but I don't want to be. And it's like if you just have any questions about it, it's like you're anti-Semitic or you're Islamophobic or whatever.
That's not true. Fuck, Israel is like a fucking shit show. Half of the fucking nation was out there protesting fucking government injustice and judicial reforms and civil rights. They were marching in the street with a car. They got their own BLM protests. Those fucking twat waffles over there have no sense of what the fuck they're doing either. They're about to have their civil war and civil rights.
Israel's gonna have a civil war. Wow, Brad.
You've got a whole host of problems. I don't think we should be involved in the extent that it should be, and I frankly don't give a fuck one way or the other. I put them on the category of England, France, Germany, Spain, Belgium. I'll give you another Brazil, Mexico. They're problematic. Canada, they're just
Israel and Canada. Same shit. You don't give a fuck.
We do kind of similar shit with other countries. Frankly, I don't like Canada.
Not into that same level.
I gotta say, I agree with them. I don't like Canadians
my
either.
late husband would deploy what they call packs.
Just kidding. Hello, Canadians. Come on, you guys are great. Yeah, great.
They would always spend so much time in the Middle East, and then the Red Sea. And I'm like, I was like, babe, why do you do that? He's like, well, we have to keep a presence there. There's always two news floating around the world globally, Marine Expeditionary Units, one on one side of the globe, the other on the other side. And they're like, we're there. It's because of also the intel. Because we know there's parts of the world such areas of the world that have a higher propensity towards violence and hate toward the United States and our interests. So we always go to have an actual presence. That's why he did training with the Jordanian army. He's actually met the king of the Jordanian or Jordan. They're like, we purposely do that. Trying to do a posturing for the other countries.
Grace, I just wish I had some potato chips.
Okay.
It's the only thing I'm missing right now is some potato chips.
Countries in this area, to include states that are invested.
Mixed nuts just is not the carbs I need right now. I really need some potato chips.
It was just posturing, and they've been doing that for decades. Because I asked him, like, well, do you know how long they've been doing that? He goes, I don't know, because
this could go on. This could go on for hours.
And see like what the actual
how did you find this room?
The operational training regimen scheduling was for
puts together
in that
these
actual region.
racist spaces
Like
of
way
Pepe.
before, he's like, it was way before the Cold War. It was even during, like Vietnam and Korean War. It's like, that's just how it's always been, and it's basically because of that. But the intel that
Mute up, Mike.
Because you're a dummy.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Instead of trying to disrespect a woman on stage, pay attention. Pay attention.
Who did I disrespect?
Patty, I left my cook tonight.
Shut the fuck up, Mike.
Patty, drinking that vodka tonight. Patty, taking it down the vodka, Patty.
And instead, you wanted to come for our neck talking about some fucking Democrats, whatever. When you should have paid attention. Why you want to go stay house and building records? Why you was going to go stay in the house and
Mike P was the one who got his videos.
Oh, Lord. There you go.
submit something after you Google it and read.
Oh, Lord.
See, we had to get on. See, we have had got to get on Amari. One thing about Amari, it may have taken a couple of months, but the motherfucker's starting to try to read something before he opens his goddamn mouth. You have not learned yet, brother. You are the dumbest motherfucker in the room right now.
Patty, calm down. You gotta calm down, man. The insults are just way too much.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, because you're a Democrat, it doesn't mean that you're right 100%.
Wait, who's singing?
She quoted Precious on your ass.
Not doing it.
You guys want to hear this one?
Yeah, what about a conversation without being...
This Sunday, every tailgater of that. You didn't.
Don't fuck with my distribution costs. I'm making a lousy 215%, and I'm already deficitating $25,000 a week with Metro. I'm paying William 10% off the top. And I'm giving this turkey 10 for our segment, another bite of this fruitcake. And then don't start no shit with me about a piece again. I'm paying Metro 20% for all foreign Canadian distribution, and that's after recoupment. The Communist Party's not gonna see a nickel out of this goddamn show until we go into syndication.
The price in for $7,500
I'm not giving them pseudo-insurrectionaries that carrying a piece of my show. I'm not giving them script approval, and I sure that shit ain't got them in my distribution charge. You fucking fascist! Can you see a building in a standing of jail right now demonstrating the rising of the seminal prisoner class infrastructure? You can blow the seminal prisoner class infrastructure out your ass! I'm not knocking down my goddamn distribution charges!
Man, give her the fucking overhead clause. Let's get back to page 22. 5, small a, subsidiary rights.
Page 22, middle of the page, subsidiary rights. As used herein, subsidiary rights means without limitation any or all rights.
That's a movie clip from the movie Network.
I totally forgot. I love that. Sounded exactly like a room. You totally had me fooled.
Miss Lisa, are you off mute? On mute, or you told us to wait? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I said you guys could talk. I had to re-cue it because when you were arguing, I put my finger on it and lost it.
Welcome back, Devin, to Angry,
So
Racist,
So
Lonely.
Michael, are you hearing any other people that's going to come out in the next couple, like anybody else in those emails?
No, I mean it's they're releasing these things and they release them. So no, I haven't heard any like it and stuff. It's just the fact that we have the 218 signatures now and they can send this thing to a vote. So, but no, I don't have any of that advanced information.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to see if Prince Andrew gonna be in there because he quit. I know he left, so I'm assuming there's gonna be other shoes to drop with other people.
Is this a movie or this is somebody else?
So he was stripped of his titlehood. His monthly stipend that he gets from the taxpayers is gone. He was stripped of his cottage on Frogmore. So all of him and Fergie. So everything is gone. No. That's not how that worked. Everything was taken from him, from the king. No, absolutely not. I just want to make sure we clarify that because I am still also a dual citizen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very little.
Is the reason why I call it like a horror religion because it consumes you. You don't have like, well, on this day I'm going to go to church, and after that I'm going to the club and just do my cultural type of thing. It takes away your culture, and it's a hard type of religion where it consumes your everyday. It controls what you eat, like beyond, and it's very effective. And I think that the people around that time period, we've seen what happened with the radicalization of Germany, and we've seen what was happening and the potential of what.
Me and like 30 people, we just stood in a circle and started like humming and chanting like, "This is the sound of our souls." Or we like stomped our feet and like came up with like, and they're singing and like, they all still like howling and singing, and it was a really like, we all felt communally bonded to it.
Just soundproof, because these new buildings, they're like.
Honey, you'll be safe. Just stay in Clubhouse.
Honestly, we'll guide you.
Nobody could hurt you while you're in Clubhouse. Nobody could hurt me anyway, Al.
I used to date this girl, Pearl.
Yeah, you know what? You should send me your address just
For a
in case
weekend.
I call the police because we are so afraid to enter.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Yeah, but
You can't hear her masturbating
let me
either.
ask you a question. In this case, let's say, God forbid, something does happen like this.
God forbid.
And you
Okay, I'd have to explain to the police what Clubhouse is, yes.
No, it's not. We're going to call it 911. It's going to call in your local 911. How are you going to guide them all the way to that 911?
I would call 911 and her.
I'm just making a point that they do know who some of these people are. That's all.
Yeah.
When if they die in the act of war against you, right? Because you're an infidel, the man will get 40 virgins when he dies.
The U.S. dollar is the only currency that people want to use. They don't want to use the local currency, and because of that, it causes huge problems with the government. So who's this with the eyes, man? Okay, go ahead and say what you gotta say, Mr. Eyes.
I think there's a point of contention here, right? You're saying that they're giving actual real dollars, right? And Lowe is saying that it wasn't actual real dollars, but rather.
Why are you bringing up my name? I wasn't in that conversation between you.
No, because you spoke first. You spoke about it.
I didn't. Okay, go ahead.
There's an underground economy out there where U.S. dollars are, they're heavily valued because of the exchange rate. So the exchange rate, what is it? I don't know, $1,500 to $1. It changes a lot,
Since when do you care? When do you guys care about the billions of dollars being sent out to different countries? Wasn't we just sending billions to Mozambique for condoms and transgender reassignment surgery? We sending billions for that. Not you, baby. I'm just saying.
I look into these international economies as places that I might want to start a business or possibly even go and settle down. You know, and because I've had the same feelings as everyone has, it's like, what if America isn't safe in the future? What if, right? To be honest, I don't think we have anything to worry about. But I always like to look at an exit strategy. Exit.
They finished up their process really fast, so a judge let them off. That's what Chick was saying. I think this is the article.
That's crazy.
Oh, so they were let go because, so it wasn't, they oh, it was a refugee rapist. Oh, you didn't say refugee.
It's because the guy came too fast, and it was because he was black. That's why they got off.
Oh, my Lord. Did they?
Know how that happens. That's amazing.
Well, I don't know. I don't live in Europe. I just know what I've experienced, what I've seen in Europe, and in particular in the UK.
We got an AI in the room.
4 years, like 3 or 4 times a year.
Clubhouse make that money.
Yeah. Do you or others, in particular with this article, I guess I missed the conversation about the article. Do you think that there is a problem with immigrants and refugees not assimilating or understanding or adhering to the local rules and laws, in particular violence towards women and children, right?
Because immigrants rape white women more than any other people or other women. They rape like they do in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, everything else like that. It's a horrible thing. I don't understand why you white countries let this immigrant from these disgusting shithole countries.
Well, you said that one of the refugees told the police.
I love HX's like perspective and position. Like he's like the guy with all the answers. I mean, is he like running for office or something?
He's also racist. Should we allow that to be an excuse? Like it's their culture, it's their religion, it's their culture.
It's like this guy's just like, sweeping up in some warehouse or something, having this conversation, right?
You gotta learn the rules, especially something that's just inherently.
They are so
Do something like that is wrong. I mean,
they're retarded. They're stupid. It's a waste of time.
Culturally, it could be, or within written on certain sects of certain religions, that could be.
Oh, Nicholas, welcome to Angry.
What they only know.
Racist.
Right? We don't know, but when you come over to
Lonely.
a different country,
Depressed man of Clubhouse.
Refugee,
You're listening to a bunch of angry,
very
racist, extremely lonely men.
Their new land is
they are depressed and have no love in their life.
I don't know. What do they offer them?
And then they have little KK here to be the female voice for what's lacking in their souls. Welcome, Nicholas.
Here in the United States, but I think people in the United States, they would tell you, okay, you shouldn't be doing that.
This is our back end roast of the room live. This is our Mystery Science Clubhouse Theater 3000.
You can't do that. I don't like the, oh, well, they didn't know clause. That's where I have a problem with it.
It's a great topic, but I mean, tell you this, right? In the United States, if somebody makes an application to come here to the United States and
we are supposed to be a snowy place, Glasgow, what we do.
Your reason would apply equally to both, but I'm saying like there's a further reason to believe in Islam if Islam is true, which is that it has like some very material consequences, right? Certainly true for Christianity, right? That if Christianity is true and you don't believe in Christianity, you're kind of fucked, right? So if it's true, you certainly should want to believe it's true. That's like I don't think the same degree.
You're not getting into Canada, if you have a felony or a domestic violence charge at all, shit, you're not gonna get into Canada.
If I'm a pedophile in this country, in one of these countries, and they catch me, just in that local precinct, it's going to have my physical paper file. Now, when I make the application to these other countries, 9 times out of 10, nobody's going about here to looking up to that specific little small little part of the country. And when they don't even ask, they don't have any lie detector tests. They don't have a professional interrogator. Most of these people are first generation places where they're coming from anyway. And so they have some type of like leeway on it, you know, and so it's really a broken system. And somebody can go into somebody else's country in their 3-minute interview and you can go, okay, come on in. Now that's crazy.
You know, like, so the citizenship test, I'm taking it online. You know, they ask, like, you know, what is the Bill of Rights? Who was the first president? Is rape illegal? Are you allowed to have sex with a 13-year-old? You know, stuff that's common sense. Because that, I mean, doesn't, I don't think that's irrelevant if they didn't know. But it shouldn't be, the onus be on them to know.
You know what is, it's not funny, but anywho, it's like, even when I'm in London, and there is a season of time that there's a lot of Arabs in the area, and I usually stay in Knightsbridge, which is close to like Mayfair, Buckingham, Hyde Park, that whole area, right? And when I go to a restaurant and I'm sitting, you know, close to a table of all Arab men, they won't even they'll sneer at me, they look at me up and down, like Judge Judy eyeballs and everything, and I'll just like, oh, sorry, excuse me, and they won't even acknowledge any of that. And I'm like, well, okay, well, fuck you then, right? Like, I don't care, but it's like, you're visiting, and you still have these foundational ways of interacting with people like they're less than. Right? That's what I find problematic, especially if you expect us to change our ways and culture to be in your area of the country, but then it's not reciprocated. So during COVID, I had to go to work for Fight Island with the UFC. And when I went there, I had to go through this whole Zoom call briefing. I realized I'm a whore and I had to get all different clothes, like my shoulders. I was paranoid about it. They were like, no, this is what the women have to do. And we're basically going to be confined at the W Hotel, but it's a cool hotel and da-da-da-da-da. It's just like, oh shit, I was actually nervous for it and thinking like, okay, this is what we got to do. But when they come into other parts of the world, they feel like, oh no, I can rape a person. It's part of my culture. Everyone needs to just step aside. But we have to be very ginger about honoring their beliefs that are different, even though they don't reciprocate that type of same respect in places that are not of their homeland.
Because that's what they do. They're ashamed of nothing. They just want to transform it with the bed. And it's a horrible thing because it's like, yeah, like if you love Pakistan so much, stay in Pakistan. I went to London. London looks like Pakistan. It's horrible. I can't even see any British people in London. And it's a horrible place.
Yeah, it definitely has evolved. It definitely has evolved in the past, I would say, 3 years. And you can see it even just from last year, a year and a half ago to this past, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago to this past winter, it was vastly changed. Like they were telling, like, okay, no, you can't wear your purse on the outside of your coat. You got to do a crossbody, put your purse across you, and then put your coat on top of it, so people on the street don't actually see your purse. And like, don't check your time on your watch. Don't bring your rollie. Okay. You have to be careful in every capacity. Like, don't count money. You can't even hold your phone out. Like, all of these things. And are you serious? And sure as shit, I think I wrote this in the chat, like, this past summer, Beaver. The one place that I stay in, Knightsbridge, One Park Tower. It's right across from the Mandarin Oriental in London, in SW1. A man was murdered outside for his Rolex outside of the hotel that I always stay in. It's just like, okay, yeah, all right. It's changed for sure, but the demographic, for sure. That's why I know. And I was talking to a black cab. You guys, I don't know if people are aware, but the black cab drivers in London are iconic. And for them to be a black cab driver, you have to take your test. You have to take this test, and it's kind of an iconic cultural London thing, and they're treated with the utmost respect because they know every street, every side street, they have to be able to tell you in 2 seconds how to get to point A to point B and exactly what road that you take, whatever. So I've always taken black cabs because I feel like I'm supporting the local economy in that capacity, the Londoners, and they, they were telling us, like, okay, no, it's like, yeah, we have to be very picky now on who we pick up because now black cabs are being robbed. They're being robbed by migrants and refugees coming over here. It's like we will only take like 1 or 2 of them, and then it's in certain times of the night. And he's like, I hate to say that, but I have to do that. So even the black cab drivers are feeling the pressure over in London. I don't know how often you're there. I checked, but I was surprised to hear that because they're usually so friendly, not even worried about.
No, I'm there like every 3 years, and then they told me, like, I went to London, and people are like, yeah, you have to be careful on this street. Look, I'm 6'4" and I'm black. I think that's why I didn't get wrong, because the people thought I wanted them. But it was just horrific, you know. We went there and it's like, my missus was so terrified. She went at one night because I had food poisoning, and this out of nowhere Eastern guys just kept harassing her, you know. Like, just wanted to touch her and everything else like that. And I really had to get out of bed to go pick her up because these guys are just like, they don't even know when a woman says no, you know? Like, fuck off. So I go there every 2 years. Because I have my auntie, she lives in London. So I go to see her. But London is horrible. It's so violent. Honestly, I'm lost for words. I don't know why the West is committing suicide. Why do you need Algerians in London or Moroccans or Somalis? You know? Look at the rape statistics and stuff. And it's like, a woman 2 days ago in London, she got strapped with a neck for no reason. And why? She was just walking in Birmingham, I think. And then another one in Birmingham. And they didn't say anything. Because it was black guy from like, I think it was like Eritrea or Somalia or something. It's a horrible thing that's happening, and I think you have to wise enough. There's a reason why these countries suck. It's not because it's like, yeah, they're Colombians and bullshit. Japan was weak twice, and Japan is a great country.
But you hate leftists more than you do Muslims, right?
I hate them both the same way.
Well, what changed from yesterday? You hate leftists just a little bit more.
A little bit more, but to be honest, they bring in the Muslims. So it's just a horrible
That's why I have to leave. I have to get up early in the morning.
Okay, midnight's a great cutoff point.
Thank you for doing this.
Okay, take care. Good night.
Take care.
Why? Because Japan is a homogeneous country. That's why. They don't deal with these people. Their new prime minister is going to deport all of them. So the leftists are just such a bad problem. I don't even know how to deal with them, honestly. And when you try to they kill you.
Yeah. A lot of
this, to be honest. I mean, they have a lot of problems with foreigners and gaijins going around certain districts acting a damn fool. And they have someone.
What area were you talking about, Rayappa? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I'm so sorry. I was trying to get ice cream because I'm a fat kid right now. What area were you talking about?
I forget which district it was. I don't know if it was in the Kyoto region. But, there's a lot of foreigners going around fucking with people over there. Like the geisha girls and shit. Taking photos and shit. Like people from America, people from the Western world, and, parts of Europe and shit.
Asians don't fuck around with that shit. For sure. And one thing I'm trying to get caught up in the chat. A lot of Kuwaitis own a lot of, and that's another problem. A lot of Kuwaitis, they own a lot of the flats in London. And so there's a housing problem. So the prices go up as well. And I'm like, well, shit, if they can afford it, they can afford it, right? But when you have a high congested area, so small, and you have a lot of foreign money there buying up all the places, it could be problematic for the Westerners, or the Londoners that are local there to be able to find reasonable housing and home.
No, that's true. The Qatari government.
I just didn't think Negus was a good negotiator.
I don't deny that there'd be psychological benefits if I lived as a Muslim. If it affects 1 billion people and they seem to live lives as well, there must be some benefit that they're getting out of it. So, I'm not denying that. I just hope that, if I can grant you that there are psychological benefits to being a Muslim, that you can grant that, a lust for knowledge is good, that wanting atheism to be true, if atheism is true, is a virtue. Not that you should want atheism to be true if it's not true, but if it is true, you should want to believe it. I hope that you can have that principle in your heart.
Actually, that's a principle of our religion, Sam. Our religion, there's a statement that's attributed to the prophet, but to the effect of that you should seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. That wisdom is the lost property of a believer. This is a core tenet of our, a core principle for a Muslim, that you should be seeking. The Quran starts out with Iqra. The first revelation was Iqra. It was read. And the reading here is not just reciting Quran, right? It's about seeking all knowledge. So that's why you see in Muslim civilization, that's what it produced, right? The civilization that at its core had a nation that flourished in that region that had been desert. Look, Sam, can you name any dynasty or civilization that came out of the Arabian Peninsula? Is there any archaeology?
I mean, the Arabians? No, it's just the Muslims.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, all of human history is right with, that region is there's so much human history there, right? Thousands of years of human history. The Persian Empire, which Nargis loves so much, thousands of years of history. The Roman Empire, thousands of years of history, all in that little region. But in this peninsula, right, not a shred of intellectual, production for our civilization. Forget intellectual production. And yet, after Islam, it becomes the center, right, of intellectual learning, of which universities were first produced, right, from this region, from this civilization. Medicine, the golden age of astronomy and medicine and all that. I'm not saying this is a proof, but it is an interesting outcome because the civilization is built on an intellectual foundation, and this, it's even more than just your general liking of knowledge. It's deeper than that. It's a core part of our practice as a Muslim to be seeking education, knowledge, and truth and following that truth, because it's even more important to live by the truth that you arrive at than just to know it intellectually.
Didn't the development come when it moved out of the Arabian Peninsula? I mean, it moved out pretty fast.
Say that again?
Didn't the intellectual development happen when it moved out? I don't know. I'm asking you. I know that it moved out of the Arabian Peninsula pretty fast.
No, the Arabian Peninsula was the seed event, right? That's
See, but it moved out quickly, and
it never left.
Yeah, but was the intellectual development done in the Arabian Peninsula, or was it in the areas of
Intellectual
So
development.
it actually never left. So it's not like it moved somewhere else and then the intellectual development only happened in one region.
Well,
The entire civilization. Yeah, that's what I'm answering. The entire civilization, right, from the starting point of the
because they raised my shit $2. Now you're talking about every paycheck in America. Every paycheck in America getting an extra $2. You know how much fucking money this is? And so now it's like, whoa, guys. Now we're spending $100 billion here, $40 billion here, $20 billion there, $10 billion here. It's like, hey, chill the fuck out. And people are mad at the guy. Unity. Joe, I promise I'm right here. Unity. Why can't it just be as simple as this guy is just.
Why are you here?
What the hell? You brought me up.
Yeah, you here following my ass around again? Who you saw being here and coming into this house?
And so this is the right side of history, so you're going to see a lot of that.
Nicholas, my name is Brian. People call me either Southern Boy or Southern Man or Dog. But hey, you can call me Brian. Or you can call me B. But Nicholas, Uma is out of pocket, right?
Yeah, I agree. And Uma, what the hell?
What? What's out of the pocket?
Out of pocket means your brain.
Give my brain what?
Yeah, exactly.
My brain what?
Crazy.
Your brain is like a Majnun.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand that.
He says,
it's A for crazy.
So crazy is conscious, radiant, ambient, zealous, you.
not always.
She's trying to use my languages in my name.
What's up?
She literally told me everybody my name. That's funny.
I did. You said that yourself, right?
Oh yeah, my name is Brian Sellers.
So
yes, I do. I do live in Dallas, Georgia.
Congressman.
Does it hurt your heart? Does it hurt your heart the fact that I'm
you want to share the good news? You gotta put the blowing up the second mosque, you gotta put it on hold.
We had a radical leftist judge that won't let us do it because she said these women are so horrible. These women are going to be the downfall of every society. She said that a terrorist hasn't come out of this mosque yet. So we have 6 mosques left in South Sudan and I want to make it 0, but she wouldn't give us the green light. It's a horrible thing. These leftists, these women with their suicidal empathy are going to get us all killed. White, black, Asian, in between, doesn't matter. We're all going to die because of them. Because they don't have the stomach to do what's right.
Yeah, I'm not discounting that one. I agree with you on that one. I mean, I think we need more women like KK, Patricia, various others.
True. You're always right.
We need the less, fucking, I don't know.
Lima is a radical leftist woman, even though I like her. She's still a radical leftist woman.
See, I mean, I don't like the septum nose piercing. She's an idiot. You know what? Maybe idiotic would be the appropriate term. But I mean,
Can we not do that?
But
I think being the nicest person in Clubhouse.
But I mean, again, he's right though. These are the ones that go to the ballot boxes, they get their tampons in there, they lift their fupas up, they put it on the desk, and then they vote down a fucking particular thing. And then and again, we're all subject to it. These are the motherless children that no one wants to go. They they somehow have time in between.
They got those extras like eyes, the crazy eyes, have an abortion or two.
Yeah, and then they collect their tax dollars. They show up at every freaking town board meeting because it's the only thing going on in their lives. Because, you know, in between the 9 cats that they got to feed, they're going to sit there and say, hey, you know, I want to vote to make the world a better place. And we're all living with the ramifications of it. This is why, you know, sometimes I think the testing, the shit that we do with voting at times, like, people really do vote against their interests because they don't bother to learn.
This is why the founding fathers didn't give women the right to vote, because they knew better. Because right now, I'm a radical leftist canceling out my vote.
So we go back to that, you think?
No, give them the right to vote, but it just don't marry them. But then they get more radical. Look at the last vote. It was like 60% of young men voted, and the number one issue was affordability to buy a house and raise a family. 88% of women from 18 to 29, my age group, voted their number one right was for an abortion. What, to abort my kids? That's your number one issue? These are terrible people we're dealing with. You don't understand. I don't think you guys understand this. When they say bring down the patriarchy, they mean it. We're dealing with radical leftist women. This is why they're single. This is why they're the most depressed community in the entire planet. Yes, they don't kill themselves as much, but these women are just so bad. Like, try talking to an 18 to 29-year-old radical leftist woman. They're the worst of the worst because they think they're doing something. If you find the cause, George Orwell said at the boss, it's always the young women are the most radical because they have nothing else going on for them. It's true.
I've never had a friend that's liberal. In all my years, from high school up, I've never been friends with somebody that's a leftist.
I was friends with someone that's a leftist, my friend Julia. And when the war happened in Gaza, I said, I want Israel to fight in Gaza. And then she sent me, wait a second, and then she sent me a long message being like, yeah, I've known you for like 10 years, but because you support Israel, I can't be friends with you. And I told her to go fuck herself. And then she messaged me like 4 weeks later being like, I want to be friends. And I told her to go fuck herself again. It's the same thing with these people. These are sick people. These are the same women that will cut up their entire families. They will cut off their friendships, they'll cut off everything, they'll abort a baby at 6 months old, and then they'll wonder when they're 34 and they'll hit the wall why nobody wants to go for them. It's a horrible thing. Tell them the truth.
Well, I think that's one of the things that was after the 2024 election that I think was the stupid move was where you had a bunch of girls who shaved their heads. I mean, like...
Bro, they were fat and ugly anyway. They were doing it for attention. Nobody liked them anyway. That's what they were saying.
That's kind of a good point. Like, nobody was really champing at the bit to go, no one's going to slap that thigh in right the way that no one's, like, first off, you're not getting between the knees. Like, you're just not. So, like, these, like, you're just not, there's not, I don't care. You could have long dong silver with all 400 feet of cock just laying there. It's not going to get past those knees. Those thunder thighs are stuck together, man. You're going to hear like a schwacking, like a, as the flesh peels away. And you're just, no, it's going to have atoms. I mean, but I mean, like, no, and then they vote, and then they wear pussy hats on their head. And, like, people said this about voting, like, we didn't want to be a Democrat society. Like, no one said anyone
That's
ever.
why America is a republic. Well,
yeah. We didn't want Dimas and Monica's to have voting rights. We really didn't want them to have a say in it because we knew that they would be retarded and that they would garner more retarded people to vote on retarded policies that other retarded people thought they should have up there. Like, I don't know, we should give driver's license to everybody who comes across the border regardless of their immigration status. Okay, what could go wrong here? Like, what is the point of doing that? Oh, maybe there's a reason why we don't do it, but these idiots vote for them. So, yeah.
No, it's true. Like, I've told you this many, many times before back in a Negro. The Democratic Party is a party of weak men and women. That's it. Angry women and weak men. Weak men that can't get pussy are Democrat. You see them, they weigh like 56 kilos, 120 pounds, big men with the fucking. Have you ever noticed with Antifa? It's always like a skinny guy that looks like he hasn't eaten in weeks, and it's always a fat bitch with a nose ring and the purple hair and everything else like that. Because they can't get women. These are terrible men. It's true. Have you noticed the men in Antifa are always so skinny? They haven't eaten a steak in like 3 fucking years. And the women are always overweight with a bull nose piercing. It's terrible.
I personally believe women should equality because I want somebody who I can argue with, not just me.
No. You want people. Why do you want to argue with your woman?
Why? Because I like showing why I'm right.
No. Why do you want to argue with
the way your taxes? We can't just take taxes and
you want to come home from a whole day of work to argue with your woman, not to come home from a nice meal and just relax and watch the TV? What kind of man are you?
Yeah.
You want to come home to argue with your woman?
What kind of relationship is it if you guys can't discuss?
It's not a relationship, bro. See, men like you are gonna be taken over because you think women are the shit. That men are the prize. You wanna know why? Because we develop everything. We build the homes. We own the mortgage. We create everything. Women are not the prize. You know what you're getting, Necro? You're getting used pussy, and you're part of that. That's what you're getting. And you want to come home and you want to argue with that? Why do you want to have an argument with your missus?
So Marie Curie, she didn't do anything, didn't contribute to our society.
What? What even? What kind of men? What kind of education system do you have in America? What kind of men are? Why do you want to argue with your missus? Why? What does that mean?
I just said I would rather show them why I'm right than have them just, agree with me on it.
Go ahead.
What?
Paycheck and grab. What's the heaviest weight you guys have ever woken up next to?
Weight?
Yeah.
I was asleep on Clubhouse one time too, and then I heard Bima and Monica speaking, so I'd say, 700-800 pounds?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Let me see, the heaviest weight would probably be when, Elizabeth was pregnant. That would have been probably the biggest, but, hey,
So you ever been drunk at a bar and then just...
No. The only time...
No.
I'm sorry.
The only... Stop apologizing.
I just wonder, no.
To a 225 pound... Wait a second. Wait a second. The only time you wake up beside a 225 pound woman is because you're broke and it's because you're ugly. That's it. And you have no other choice. That's it.
Yeah.
I like Bima. I don't know why you guys don't like her.
The heaviest...
I like Bima. It's just a radical liberal, but I like Bima.
The heaviest girl...
Here's why I don't. Because here's why. Because again and again, she's proven to be intellectually inferior. She's retarded. Beyond. We're talking school bus window licking fucking retarded. Then, furthermore, if she decides that, I'm just innocent and I want to cry, and she plays the victim card or tries to, it's really hard for fat women. It's you look at Roseanne Barr and you're like, dude, not only are you fat, but you hit the ugly tree. And then you want to play victim, okay, let's hear your spiel. And then it's well, look, yeah. Even in this room, look at how Brad's picking on me. KK save him. First off, KK has nothing to do with it. She don't control me. And last I checked, I don't think she's got a remote control for me. And furthermore, she's not in every room with you, so she doesn't know the backstory, nor do I call and tell her about it, because frankly, I don't give a shit. I have more important shit to talk with her about when I talk to her on the phone, and I have more fun talking about other things. Do you think I bring up Bima? You think you're that relevant? No. The only reason I started picking on you is because you opened your mouth the other day, and then you ran like the little cuck you are, and nobody gives a flying fuck what you think, what you feel. I don't care. I'm frankly just waiting for my tax dollars to drop down because you fucking choked on a fudge round, and now the world is in balance again. And I remember they had.
What is going on? This is the typical.
you know, she does the little play innocent. She'll say something like veiled racist
I did not
or whatever.
drop Bima, Elmo. Wait a second.
I
Somebody said
didn't
I dropped.
either. I'm trying to
I did not drop
decide if
Bima.
I'm going to
That
get
was not
ice
me.
cream.
Don't come
I
with
did
that.
it. Don't get ice cream. She'll attack you for that. Don't do that.
It was not me. Don't come.
I already told you it was me.
Okay, cool.
Yo, you want me to pull her up? My God. All right, let me get the harpoon out there. Hold on, I'll bring her up, Elmo.
Beaver, what were you trying to say?
I've seen Monica, so what Brad's saying about Bima, I've never seen Bima do that. Maybe once, maybe.
I have.
But Monica, I've seen do that.
Do what? Do what? What have I done?
Well, she does. Monica does do it all the time. Yeah, you're right.
I can't stand Monica.
Oh?
Monica's a piece of shit. Now, Bima is cool. But Monica's a fat
I like
trash.
Bima. I'm not saying I don't like Bima. I do highly dislike Monica.
Oh, we'll like Bima, but we'll just be in a space and listen to a guy unprovoked just harass and demean another person.
Am I your
No, not
at all. Not at all. No.
And finally, we can talk about this in private.
What's the point? What's the point?
Wait a minute. Let's try to squash this for once and all.
But you keep going on and on. And you bring
So one time
into it.
I keep going on and on. Are you joking right now? Have you seen the chat? Have you heard Brad
bringing me into it?
So this all started long ago when Brad was going after Monica, and Bima, you interjected and pissed Brad off. Is this correct?
No. Brad hated me because he likes to bully people, and I started asking him to stop. At first, it was a friendly stop. I would redirect him in conversation because we'd have good conversations.
That's what I.
No, you mentioned Monica. It had nothing to do with Monica. I knew Brad. I was familiar with Brad in other spaces long before I knew anything to do with Monica. And Brad would we'd be having a good discussion, and then he would just unload unprovoked, demeaning insults on people that are not attacking him, that are talking about a topic. And that's frustrating because it derails a good conversation. So I started.
You didn't like how he spoke. So I'm sure a lot of people don't like how I speak as well. So it's like, who are we to correct other people?
It's not about correcting. It's not about correcting. It's about insulting KK.
And I mean, we can just correct her about her thing. So, like, again, we can talk about it. I don't like the way she speaks. I think she sounds retarded. I hear Bubba going. I think she's catching on the bottom lip there. It's flapping up into her nose. I think it's like a walrus effect there. Like, you know, the elephant seals with that big snout that's hanging down. Like, that's what I envision in my head here. Just slapping back and forth.
Well, see, what I've seen from Brad over the years, if you don't go at Brad, he only goes after people when he's provoked. Now, I know he provoked you today. You didn't say anything to him here instantly, but the initial provocation.
His provocations are just disagreements, political disagreements. So
No, they're not, Mitch. No, they're not. No,
that's all that they are. That's all that they are, Brad. Brad, that's exactly.
Okay, now you can sit down there and you can stay down there. You fucking will.
Like, no one's gonna agree on everything.
First off, you fucking mentioned my kids, you fucking dumb cunt. You fucking labeled them and said, oh, blah, 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 and threw your spiel there. So I don't give a flying fuck. Like, I hope you choke to death on whatever fucking homeless cock you fucking insert in your mouth. I don't give a shit. Like, you can actually, you know what, here we go. Let's do this. You can go.
I can handle this.
There you go. You can have that. Go ahead. You're done there. And I'll tell everybody else do the same thing. Like, you want to come at me? Fine, come at me. I'm here all day long. You want to stand toe to toe with me? You want to debate me? Have at it. Some of you will win, some of you won't. You in the anon account there, fucking people, you can sit there and be in your anon account or whatever the fuck it is. But when you start to trash my kids and then you bring it up on the stage and then you go for like a while here and say how you're the victim and I just bully you, and because I won't let it go because you decided to degrade my kids, because you decided to hang out and room with Monica and you decided to have that shit, I'm going to tell you, oh, she's here. She's right there. So is Monica. That's who's in the room. That's who's there. So you can say all these things you want to about how innocent you are, but the fact that
know, it's so hard. If somebody would ever threaten the children that I have, it wouldn't even be a conversation. If you took bullets, nobody talks about children. It's horrible. I didn't even know that. And I understand what you're talking about, but if somebody threatens children, it's just like you're getting two bullets out. It's not even a conversation. The conversation is finished. I don't give a shit if you're a radical leftist and you hate men and you're overweight, which is horrible too. You should go to the gym. But going after this is why these people they laugh when Charlie died. Because these chicks are just disgusting. Just overweight and just I don't know what they do for a living. Just hate on men. And they come after children and everything. It's just horrible.
Bima hates on men though?
Yeah, oh, she's a radical leftist. I don't think I like Bima. Wait a second. I like Bima, frankly, but she's a radical leftist. I have nothing against her. It's not like or nothing. It's neutral. I've never talked to her, but she's a radical leftist, and I will not be friends with her in real life. But it's good to have a back and forth with her because she's so stupid. You know what I mean?
Because I don't see her chat in the comments.
Yeah, she's like gigs, but I probably should have gotten involved. I've been trying to squash it once and for all. So I thought it was just because she intervened against Brad when he was going after somebody, which is what I was going to say.
It's like that was a mistake. Yeah, you can't be Captain Save-A-Ho and try to tell him how to speak just like anybody else, right? And then I've asked her multiple times, please don't insert me in this argument. If you want to talk about it, I'll talk about it in private the next day. Never heard from her. And for the record, for everyone listening in this room, I'm not going to go against Brad, okay? If you have a problem with Brad, you go handle it with fucking Brad. I'm not going to sit there and get in whatever. So don't expect me to go attacking Brad and going against my clubhouse bestie, okay?
Bro, I attack Brad all the time.
I attack Brad all the time too. I'm the meanest person on Clubhouse with Brad. Are you kidding me? I tell him he's ugly every single day.
Me too. I attack him all. Brad has shoulder on him. Like he's a real man. That's why I respect. Wait a second, Necro. I respect Brad because he's a real man. I've had many conversations with him where me and him don't agree or disagree or whatever. But he's always a gentleman. He can tell me to fuck up. I tell him to fuck up. He doesn't get emotional. We don't go to the gutter type, all the bullshit. Like that's why I respect people like that.
And if you, whatever, like there is something really nice about kind of a live and let live mentality, which is why I think a lot of people are drawn to it. But I wanted to return to a point, which is the thing about, you don't think that this looks like the norms of the day. But if someone wrote a holy book during the Victorian age, they'd be super obsessed with Victorian things that they were obsessed with. And if it was written during today, it'd be obsessed with gender pronouns and not using slurs. And if it was written during the, different ages, different like obsessions and things they take for granted and things they focus on. And the things, even if the Quran is better than the things of its day, it still has sort of conceptual categories and things it takes for granted and topics of discussion that would make sense to an Arabian Bedouin guy, but wouldn't make sense to me, which is why it feels so alien when I read it, because these sort of the categories that it uses to think about the world are just very foreign to how I would think about these matters. And so, yeah.
That's interesting because I think you're right. There are some references in the Quran which are contextual in their context is referring to something specific in that time and place. Like, for example, the burial of daughters. Right? So you could think, who buries their daughters? That's not something we do. We don't go around when a girl is born and we bury her. But you know what the interesting thing is? One of the biggest plagues on the earth today is the number of people burying their daughters. Abortion. Do you know how big the abortion of daughters in particular in China and India is?
A lot.
It's massive. Well, one, because China had that policy. So if they were to have a daughter, if they're going to have one child, they'd rather it be a boy. Similar problem in India. And here in the U.S., both, boys and girls are being aborted left and right. And not just like at some really early stage by Plan B or something. No, it's just like much later stages. So in fact, the same problem that
existed in that society, and it's actually for very similar reasons it exists in the world today. They just did it in a different way because they didn't have the same tools that they have today.
I thought that Muslims didn't think that the soul happened during conception, that they thought there was a little time between conception and ensoulment.
Yeah, after 40 days, yeah. But my point is, that's why in Islam, like, the abortion at a very early stage is not problematic. But what I'm saying is that the problem of abortion is not just that there is a lot of early stage abortion, like within the first week or something.
Most abortions
the later stage.
I don't
know. I actually don't know the statistics.
I think most abortion is first trimester. Someone, fact check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure the vast majority
Almost
is
all of
first
them
trimester.
are. Yeah, you're right.
What percentage? When you say almost all, what percentage is that?
I don't have a number.
90%, something like that. I have to look it up though. Yeah.
And 10% of them, which is non-first trimester, is still a really big number.
It's a big number.
Yeah, but you also have to take into account that if you're just counting abortion, it depends on how you count actual abortions. If you're counting abortion procedures, a lot of those abortion procedures are actually to evacuate a fetus that's already died. It's the same.
No, that I wouldn't count. Yeah, you're right.
Same procedure, so
That's
you
a
have to
good
be
point.
careful which statistics you're using. Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah. No, but so when you say for you to read that and be like, oh, like that doesn't apply. That's not relevant to our time today. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to understand.
She hangs out in like the chillism spaces or the kind of rowdy spaces because, quite frankly, everywhere else was sick of her and they just kind of like, yeah, we're moving on from her. I'm just a little bit grudgeful that I don't let it go. Like Monica, I won't let go. Monica gets her smoke because of what she did to multiple people, but most importantly, that girl right there. I don't give a fuck. I'm mean. I told everybody this earlier. I am mean. I am not nice. You want to come and say shit like, oh, I can't wait to have some chopped up sushi because I know Monica can't get